Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the wholesome game.
Yeah,
Oh, my head's
we're
cut
definitely the wholesome game.
Oh,
Ladies and
God.
gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game. We thank you so much for joining us. Let me do one quick little rundown and make sure. Oh my God, I have all the mics turned on. I have the right setup going on. Everything's
jinx it.
working.
Don't
Yeah, I
jinx
know.
it.
My computer's just gonna start blowing smoke now. It's just gonna melt down
It's
right
gonna
then and there.
explode.
Don't joke. That happened to me last night.
Oh yeah, how's your machine? I am so sorry.
It's fine.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we think it was just a dust issue.
Okay, well, you are supposed to dust your computer. It's kind of a weird thing, but you are supposed to dust your computer. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game, where tonight we are doing the second episode of our brand new show. It is called Ethos and Mythos. This is a show where we're playing a game called City of Mist. It's by Son of Oak Studios, and it is a pretty amazing game. The concept is really cool and kind of out there. The basic premise is you're regular, everyday folk from all types of different walks of life, all lines and everything like that, and you basically end up having a avatar or becoming the avatar of a god or even a creature of legend. And this avatar awakens in you and literally tries to fight you for control of your own body. Now, the relationship that each individual has with their avatar is up to the individual characters as they build them out. Thank you very much, Bobby. My wife, I think, just subbed.
Woohoo!
Yay! But yes, thank you very much, baby. I love you very much. But yeah, so it basically comes around to, you have this creature in you, this avatar, that is trying to take over in some way, shape, or form. Even the people who have good relationships with their avatar have to remember that avatar wants to exist.
Yes.
It wants to be primary. It does not. Every single avatar is some kind of immortal thing, and it does not believe that it should be subservient to a mere human. So no matter what,
if you want to be my lover,
no, it's not even about being your lover. It just wants to be the boss. That's all there is to it. It just wants to be the boss, and it will be the boss eventually. So the entire premise about City of Mist is you guys are trying to deal with the fact that this has happened to you, and you're still trying to live your everyday lives. So the people trying to live these everyday lives are the people that we have right in front of us right now. Let us do a little roundhouse and let everyone go through. And I would love to introduce each one of my amazing players to this amazing crowd. And we will go ahead and show you guys some good, fun, and wholesome entertainment tonight, because we are, the wholesome crew that will not eat anyone just to satisfy an urge.
Of course
Definitely.
not. We would never.
of course not.
So, but yes, I have an amazing cast here, ladies and gentlemen, and I really, really want to let you get to know what they do and what they produce. So first off, I'm going to start off with two people who are both coming from the same location. I discovered Unusually Serious Turn, about 2 months ago now?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. And Chris is the founder of the Feast over at UST. He hosts it, he streams it, and Michaela is the GM over at UST. Now, Chris, would you like to give us a little rundown on what UST is?
Complicated. UST is essentially we're a place where everyone is welcome, so long as you are welcoming of everyone else. Which is basically why our flagship show, Unexpectedly Serious Turn, is the way it is. Michaela has done a wonderful job creating a world where you're judged by the
Content of your character.
the content of your character, as opposed to the color of your skin or who you love or how you dress and things like that.
But what about the cut of your jib?
Well, the cut of your jib might be a problem for a couple of people, but only if you've got a really strange jib.
For example, I play a real jerk on that show, so, I mean,
People are
It's the
surprisingly
booze.
nice to him too. It's very funny.
It's really, yeah, it's off-putting for him. But yeah, that's really what we're all about. And we feel like entertainment is one of the best ways to share that with people. So,
Absolutely.
And just have a good time.
And as you guys heard, Michaela created the world for you on his usually serious turn, and is the GM over there. Michaela, would you like to let people know where they can find you on the massive interwebs?
Hello! On the massive interwebs, I have a Twitter account that you can contact me through. And you can also see me on UST, obviously, because I do the GM stuff there, and I usually am part of metagaming and all the fun stuffs over there. So yeah, that's the majority of where I exist. I do that sort of hangout stuff. I do a lot of writing, lots of writing campaigns, lots of it.
it's true.
Thank you very much, Michaela. Speaking of writing, let's jump over to Milagros. Milagros, you are a member of our other show, which is Kingdoms of Mist, which is a homebrew world that we're kind of all building out together as we play. I've created some basis and foundation, but for the most part, as with any good homebrew, you gotta get the high level stuff and you let the players get in and mix it up with the minutia. So, who do you play over on Kingdom of Mist, Milagros?
I play our ASMR paladin. She just found out that that's what she is. Utopia Cal, formerly Utopia Aster, just got freshly disowned from her noble family. And it was excruciating! But it's fine because her family sucked anyway. And she's, the best, like, the vibe I'm going for is, like, Space Kronk. That's kind of what I'm going for with her. Like,
and boy, last week was it the wrong lever.
She does not hold the brain cell in any capacity.
She lost brain
yeah.
cell privileges 3 years ago.
She lost brain cell privileges so long ago. She's still doing her best though, and she's a lot of fun to play. And I'm really excited to see what sucker punch is coming for her next. But I'm glad that she's no longer the center of, like, the story, so that I can breathe for a second.
Oh yeah, I gave you your last big good old gut shot this past week, and
perfect because
it was a gut shot.
Oh my god.
Yeah. For the week before that, she got kicked out of her family, and this week she found out she's not even human.
She's not even human. She's never been, and no one told her. So
And
very much like.
Milagros, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Yes, people can find me at Fountain Pen Femme. I am most active though on my TikTok of Fountain Pen Friend right now. It's just chaos now that I have the caption feature. I'm just never shutting up again.
Yep.
And I am going to be more active on Twitch. I'm literally flying out in like 3 days, so I'm like packing and stuff like that. But I am doing a ride along tomorrow, because I am starting a new story and, want to get people involved with, like, if somebody wants kind of like a body double or somebody to write along with, I will be there, and playing stuff from tabletop audio so that we can all, like, have vibes together.
And if you want to follow Milagros, her information is up in the chat as well. Finally, we have also now, I do believe, from UST, but it's still in development, so hush hush. But Jack, how are you doing this evening?
I'm fantastic.
So, have you been able to? Has the NDA been signed? Are you allowed to speak anything of your new project?
Chris, can I talk about it?
Give us a scoop, Chris.
Did MK squeak?
Yes.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I heard a
It's
squeak.
normally me. It's normally me, but this time it was not me.
Sorry,
It was the
I heard a
other
squeak.
M name.
Yeah, I looked up at my fellow producer and I was just like, no?
No?
Yeah,
I'm down
absolutely.
for it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
All
Yeah.
right. I'll talk a little bit about it. I won't spoil too much.
Got it.
Essentially, we are playing a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign in the setting of Karpoi. It's called Remnants of Karpoi, and it's going to be about this world that has been struck by an arcane abomination, calamity, apocalyptic event, and we follow a gang of treasure hunters who will go around trying to find relics from past civilization and kind of solve some ethical and tactical quandaries along the way.
I'm betting on a Tarrasque having caused it.
Giraffes
No
don't
spoilers.
cause giraffes don't cause calamities. Giraffes are a calamity. And then they eat everything, get really bad indigestion, and go back to sleep. So, and finally, we have my incredible, amazing wife. Hi, baby. And she and I are part of Dinner and a Game, which is a channel that we created pretty much to bring forth the concepts that gaming is for everyone. And there is no wrong way to game. Now, at Dinner and a Game, I, as a GM, love to focus on very story-driven, plot-heavy campaigns that are basically driven by my players. And I play more of a reactionary role, and I have a high meta, which is basically a high outline for a story, but I never try and pigeonhole anyone into any spots. And I let them develop the story as they push it along. But that doesn't mean that's the only way to game. It is completely legitimate to spend your evening sitting down with a giant 4-foot by 6-foot D&D dungeon and is trying to see how far you can get through that night before everyone dies. That is just as legitimate as any other form of gaming. And we wanted to basically come out here and show that, if you want to try for anything in gaming, you should just go for it. I saw Critical Role, and I was inspired because back when I was in my 20s and gaming and everything like that, it's an idea that I had. I wanted to try and record our games, and we tried different audio mediums and stuff like that. And I'm so old that podcasting didn't even exist then, so it was like trying to figure this medium out was difficult at best. We started our game out as a podcast. And then once we got up to the point where I wanted to try video, that's when we came over to Twitch and started streaming. We've had a couple of different casts come and go, mainly because we've had to move, and we had, of course, nothing is ever guaranteed to work. So we've had a couple of shows just fall apart because it fell apart. So everything that we do now is just trying to make sure that we keep people happy, especially my cast members happy, because I want them to be able to enjoy themselves. So the main rules for Dinner and a Game are real life always comes first. So if ever any of my cast have to take a night off, like Milagros is going to be gone for 2 Wednesdays and 1 Thursday.
Yep.
So Milagros is going to be missing like next Thursday. Milagros is not going to be here.
Yeah.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah. That's the 24th. Yeah. I'll be in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So next Thursday, Milagros will not be here. So we are going to make changes so Milagros can be not present and not have to worry about it. But that's just the thing. Sometimes people will, have real life issues. It always comes first. No one on our streams gets paid to be here. This is all voluntary. We have, we're still a new small stream. We're still working to find our people, and hopefully we'll find you soon. But, we wanted to make sure that everyone understands that this is what people can do for fun. And, if you want to try it, Dinner and a Game is literally willing to help people get involved with streaming. We host a show every other Friday night called The Lab Experiments in Gaming. And we literally reached out to Marcy and her friends because we saw them trying to live stream on TikTok, live stream playing RPGs. And, one camera, one angle, and a really bad microphone is not the best way to stream role-playing games. But they were doing it, and it was wonderful. But we came approach them and told them, hey, we've got the setup. We can get you all going, and we can get you streaming, and you can reach out. And the whole premise behind it is The lab will only be with us until they're ready to stand up their own Twitch and start their own process. And Marcy is getting to that point now, so we may be seeing the lab take off on their own. And we're willing to do that for any other streams that want to give it a shot. You have to be able to stream on a night we don't stream, and a night that, we do take 2 days off a week, Saturday and Sunday. I don't really do anything. Like, I might play video games and I might stream that, but that's just for fun. Those are my 2 days off. But if you guys want to try this out, reach out to us. You can find us and our link tree, which has all of our information on it, including our contact information. I can't spell. And which has our contact information on it and all our other items. And if you want to support us, the easiest way to do that is subscribe here on Twitch. All the money we get goes towards trying to pay the costs for hosting and everything else for the show, and we try and make sure that we have a little bit left over to try and do prizes and stuff like that for drawings. And we're building back up to that point now, and hopefully we'll be there soon. So, in the meantime, I think
actually, I can honestly say that Ray is going to be helping us out the week that I move, because Ray is going to be streaming UST that Tuesday for us.
Yep, we got to set that up. But yeah, because it's just a matter of I have time and we have the ability to do so for our friends, and we want to make sure that everyone what we can do to help, we will do. That's basically the gist of it, and so that's kind of where we sit with everyone. We want to be able to help everyone out, and the easiest way to help people out is just be there for them when they need you. Be there for them when they need you to be there. It's kind of basic, but yeah, that's about it.
One would think, right?
Yeah. Do what you can, and like I said on one of my TikToks the other day, do what you can, but always remember, only sacrifice what you can afford. If you can afford the time, sacrifice the time. If you can afford to help them out in other ways, do what you can. And if you can't afford anything, everyone understands.
Absolutely.
That is all. So, back to the game. So, last we left off, you guys had traced down the leads that Amy had been in. You guys had pieced together from Amy's wild night of, wild 2 days, as she spent being totally enraptured by Bacchus, and Bacchus was completely in charge. And apparently she went on a drug-fueled bender that ended with her ending up in a hotel room with 3 dead bodies of people who had overdosed. And she also had a hypodermic in her needle with enough residual heroin to kill a person, and she had apparently injected well more than that into herself and was just fine. So after you guys found that, actually Seth was informed of the situation because of all the death. And Seth is the bartender and the owner of the Elysium nightclub, and Hell, he is the avatar of Hell, who is the Norse god of death and the dead. And she took him to where Amy was. He talked Amy down and got her out of that place, brought her back to the bar, introduced her to the crew, and told them that he would write off some of their extensive tabs if they would help Amy find out what happened and help her clear it up or hide it. So,
and no thermite was allowed.
And no blowing anything up, no setting anything on fire, no giant, nothing that's going to cause any undue and unwanted attention. Now, you guys took Amy, traced back her steps. You found out that she had been to a tattoo parlor called the Bird of Paradise. And when you got there, you found out that some really disturbing shit happened. Apparently, Amy walked in with a bunch of people following her, almost like a little cult, and doing everything she said. And one of the members in the cult started acting strangely, and with just a word or a gesture, Amy sicked her entire pack of people on that person, and then began beating the shit out of them on a video camera. And after all this happened, the owner of the place freaked out Because what was it? Was that when you failed the roll, Sonata?
Yes.
Yeah. And so Sonata failed her roll to control her avatar. She was actually trying to use her avatar's powers, and she botched the roll because she was trying to use her song ability to entrance people to make them more compliant. And she did it once, and it worked. But then she tried to do it specifically on the boss man, and it did not work. It spectacularly failed. And one of the Sonata's drawbacks with her, she is the embodiment of a harpy. And so one of the drawbacks with the harpy is that when she gets hungry, she feeds on the human hearts of her victims.
Siren.
Yeah, it's a siren.
Yeah, siren, sorry, not harpy.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Siren,
Harpy and
siren.
Siren, they're easily confused. They deeply hate each other, but they are easily confused.
They deeply hate each other, my apologies.
Yeah. No, you're good. It's Demeter versus Hera.
Oh, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Alright,
Harpies
so-
are Hera. Demeter has sirens.
Yeah, so her siren welled up, took over, almost took over, and Sonata actually managed to get it back under control, but when she flipped out and she began to exhibit all the physical traits of the siren, the gentleman who was trying to find out what had happened to his nephew, who was entranced by Amy when she came in and helped Amy's group beat up the individual, he wanted to know what happened to his nephew, and when he saw this all happen, he lost it, and he ran for the office, and Kevin managed to intercept him, and he was going for a gun. They wrestled, and where we left off is the gun had been kicked across the floor to Alejandra's feet. She had picked up the pistol, and Kevin was holding the big guy pinned to the floor with his shoulder in an arm, with his arm in an arm lock, and the other two gentlemen who were there, a gentleman who was getting tattooed, and the tattoo shop's owner's cousin, were both entranced by Sonata's song and were sitting outside on a bench outside the building.
Per Ruben's instructions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Told them to go outside and sit down,
Go
go out
outside.
to leave, and they did, and they went and just sat down on the bench
Told him
outside.
to be gone. Thought.
And Amy was pretty much losing her shit.
Yeah.
Catatonic, yeah.
Yeah. No, she wasn't catatonic. She was just freaking
Oh, right.
the fuck out. So we will take it up from there. Kevin, you still have him pinned to the floor?
Oh yeah, and I'm twisting it in a way where if I use too much strength, I might rip it off. Based on the number of times that the vengeance tag got, the vengeful tag got tapped, I'm gonna go with that.
It was definitely tapped a few times.
Yeah.
Ruben, after locking up the store and making sure everything was secure in the front and they aren't going to be interrupted, he heads into the back room, sees Alejandra with the gun, and Kevin with Sketch secured underneath him. He goes, "Oh, I see what happened back here now. That's not good." And he's going to crouch next to Kevin and just kind of remain silent for a second as he looks on at the situation.
Alright. So, Sonata, you managed to restrain her. You could still feel her ache and her hunger.
Yeah.
And in her head, you just hear her say, "He's a witness. You're gonna have to get rid of him anyway. They're all witnesses. You know that I would be completely satiated with 3.
But we're not gonna do that today.
They'll go willingly.
But
They're
we're not gonna
under
do
your
that
song.
today.
They're under our song.
But we're not gonna do that today. We're not gonna do that today. We're not gonna
We
do that
need
today.
to do it today.
But we're not gonna do that today. We're not gonna do
It'll
that
solve
today.
everything.
We're not gonna do that today. We are going
Is Sonata audibly saying this?
Yes. She's just sitting there going, we're not gonna do that today.
And the weird thing is, as she's doing the little hand gestures, the little kind of dancing motion, you notice that as she's moving her hands around, every now and then, they're no longer hands, they're the talons. They keep
You're
on
not
going
gonna
back
do that
and
today.
forth, back and forth.
We're not gonna do that today. We should go. We should leave. We should take video and we should go. Yes.
Yeah, Sonata's got a point. We need to get the
Go.
Hey, I'm gonna pull
Come on, girl.
the 45 that I have in my coat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it right against the back of Sketch's head.
Mm-hmm. He's like, when
Where-
he's in there, he goes like, oh fuck, man, come on, come on.
Where's
my
the surveillance
ink
footage?
on the walls? Sonata, just look
Huh?
for my ink on the walls.
Yes. Yes.
There you
I've
go. Look for my ink on the walls. There
Heck
you
yeah.
go. Calm
I'm,
down. Focus.
I'm gonna look around the tattoo shop.
So you know which tattoo she got. It was a
Yeah.
bird of paradise, and you quickly find it. It's one of the bigger, more predominant pieces they have on a wall. On the wall, it's actually in a frame.
Huh.
So Kevin, you basically are holding the gun to his head. And he kind of like, it's on the hard drive, man. It's just on the hard drive.
And I can see the computer.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's underneath the desk.
You got any copies?
He's like, no, man, I don't play for that cloud backup shit. I don't want everyone knowing my business.
I'm gonna twist the arm a little bit.
He's like, no, I'm serious. Come on, man.
Not gonna lie to me, right?
He can't look at you because his face is basically pressed down to the floor or turned one way or the other. And he's like, look, man, just fucking take the computer and go, all right?
But I only want the hard drive. I'm gonna let his arm go, but I'm gonna hold the gun there.
He quickly rolls over onto his back and he's like grabbing his shoulder. He's laying on the ground. He's like, I don't know how the fuck to take out a hard drive. What do I look like? Fucking Geek Squad? Jesus.
I go. I'm taking it apart.
Do you have tools?
You know, from there, I know how to take apart a computer.
Without tools, you don't.
Yeah, it's called you pick it up and you take it.
Okay. You said
That
you're
also
taking
works.
it apart.
Well,
Oh
that
yeah.
counts. You take the tower and you go.
So you unplug the tower and you take, you grab the tower and you start walking out with it.
Yup.
Alejandro, what are you doing?
Can somebody please tell me where to put this gun? I don't want to hold it anymore.
I'll take it. And
Thank you.
Ruben's going to offer. He
Thank you.
cocks open the slide, removes the bolt that's in the chamber, takes out the magazine, and then puts it down on the ground. At that moment, he looks up to Ali and says, "You should probably get Sonata and Amy out of here."
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Just,
Ruben, we're gonna want to melt that down.
Yep,
It's got
we'll get to
fingerprints on it.
it. Ruben's
bullets.
going to take out the sketchbook that he has, and he's going to begin drawing in it. He's going to draw a singular gold bar. And he's going to try, if he can, to materialize it, pluck it from his book, and get out just a 24 karat gold bar.
Okay, that's gonna be a special ability called changing the game. Now,
Cool.
changing the game means you're literally altering something within the story. So you're gonna be changing this drawing into an actual gold bar. Okay?
Mhm.
So what I need you to do is, let's look at your character sheet. Let me bring up Ruben real quick. Doot. Get Kevin up right now. Let's bring up Ruben. There he is. So for Ruben, what do we have here? You're going to obviously be using your font of creativity.
Yes.
And I'm assuming you're going to be using animate art.
Materialize art, yes.
Materialize art. Got it. No, yeah, it's not man, it's materialize art. So
I would also like to tag Tortured Artist Highly Creative as well.
got it.
And those would be the two I would do.
So the weakness tag is when you take your meds, these powers are not as predominant. Does
Yes.
Ruben regularly take his meds? Like today, you wouldn't have been expecting to have to go anywhere.
Yeah, since that is his method of taming back Apollo, and Apollo spoke to him today, I don't know. I think it's up to you, Ray. He does take them regularly.
I would say that since Apollo just recently spoke to him, that he would have taken them already.
Okay, cool.
So he does have that weakness tag, and then for his powers, his weakness tag is materializing art takes a long time. Now we're gonna apply that because you're trying to rush it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're trying to apply that weakness tag to that. You're trying to rush it.
So it's just a straight roll?
Well, actually, what I was going to say is, now, you have recently had your first direct contact with Apollo. He reached out to you. So I'm going to give you a +1, a general +1, because your connection with Apollo is incredibly strong right now.
Okay.
Okay? So that's going to be an overall net of +1. If there's anything else you think you want to try and apply, you can go ahead and dump it in.
I think I'm set with this. I'll go ahead and roll. Miss.
All right.
Aw.
So you draw out the gold bar. You begin trying to draw it forth and extract it out. As you bring it forth, the bar, begins to materialize on the paper. It comes out and it's a gold bar, right? And as you go to pick it up, it doesn't have any real weight, right?
I see.
And so you kind of like, you're holding it and you move it around, and when you kind of like look around on it, it is basically a gold bar made out of folded paper.
Okay.
So it's like an origami bar for the most part.
Yeah.
As you sit there, as you're looking at that, right? When you flip it over and you look at the other side of the paper, on the inside of the gold bar, you see something written on the other side in the same pen you were using to draw the gold bar, and it says, "We need to talk, Apollo."
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
Someone's in trouble.
I'm gonna look down at the gold bar, and my hand slightly trembles, and then I crumple up the paper and then
Alright.
shove it in my back pocket.
All right.
Well, I was going to try to be nice, Sketch, and give you something for your trouble. But it looks like I'm a little tapped. Look, man, we don't wish you any ill will. What happened here was a terrible mistake. We just needed to know what happened with Amy. We'll be on our way. We won't trouble you any longer. We promise. However, that promise comes with a stipulation. If you start talking, telling people what happened here today, or with Amy earlier, well, let's just say my friends can get hungry sometimes.
I'm gonna wave my hand and try to look intimidating.
Are you waving the hand that has like extended claws?
Yeah, what the hey, why not? My nails just grew a little bit.
I'm gonna actually like
We're not gonna do that today.
massage one of my fangs.
We might tomorrow.
I just love that. We might tomorrow. All right, so he kind of like is looking at all of you, and he is like, "Look, man, who the fuck is gonna believe me? All right, why don't you guys just take the computer and just get out?" And he's holding his hands up because Kevin's still got a gun on him.
Good plan. Let's go.
All right. As a last thing, Ruben's going to stand. He's going to kind of take a deep breath, look around. He says, "I like your art, bro. I'll be around one more time. Maybe I could help you out around the shop." And I'm going to give him a pat on his shoulder as he's laying down on his back. Exactly the one that got hurt. And then I'm going to look at Kevin and then kind of jerk my head and say, "Let's get out of here."
I'm gonna put the 45 back, and I'm gonna grab the arm that I held him down with. I'm gonna pick him up.
He's like, fuck you, Thanks.
You don't want me coming back.
It's like, I didn't want you here in the first place.
That's a good point.
Sure. And then
Have a
I'm
good
gonna
one,
leave.
Sketch. Yeah, we're heading out.
So as you head out the door, Alejandro, you already have you brought Sonata outside and Amy outside.
And Amy, yep.
Yeah, those two guys are still sitting there on the bench out front.
I'm gonna step in front of them and say, "I think we should maybe forget everything that happened today. What do you think?" We're not gonna do that today. So I will just step a little bit back and just be like, I'm hungry.
Y'all, let me talk to these two real quick.
Go for it, Amy.
They're staring at vacantly out at nothing.
Yeah. Okay, y'all, new crew, turn around, look the other direction. I need to talk to my peeps. Sorry, man, I know these people.
I'm gonna look away.
Kevin's
trust
going to look
me.
away and just go to walk to the Jeep.
All right.
I'm also going to the Jeep.
I'm gonna go to the Jeep. I'm gonna follow. I'm bopping along. I'm dancing.
We're not going to do
that. We're not gonna do that today.
So what are you doing, Amy?
Guys, check it out. Do you know who did this? And I show them my belly tat. Is it on the hard drive?
They're not saying anything.
Okay, well the people inside are freaked out. Here's my card. I'll get your shit back. And I slip it, and with my card was a little something something, and I go to the car.
A little something what?
Money? Money!
I mean, you also had what? I think you said you had a bunch of coke in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what you did with that, but it's still there.
Yeah, I know where it is. I know what it is, and I know where it's going.
Okay.
So they're still just staring vacantly at
Wrapped around the card is a K, a dollar bill.
Okay.
So that's the card I slipped, and I got back in the Jeep.
All right. So you guys, she comes up and gets in the Jeep.
We're good.
The seating arrangement was what? Chris was in front with Ruben, I do believe, called shotgun.
Right, until he had to get on the phone, and then Kevin pulled over and swapped into the back seat with Alejandra, and Alejandra took over driving, but now that Kevin's not on the phone, he probably just hops into the front seat.
Okay.
Yo, y'all want me to sit in the very back?
Well,
I'm cool.
Technically, the back seat is for 3. It's a bed.
No, the back. I'm small. I'm used to sitting
back
back
in the hatchback area.
Yeah, I sit back there with the coolers.
Whatever
what
makes
you
you most
do.
comfortable, Amy. To be perfectly honest, we're a pretty lax crew.
Score.
So.
I mean, I
sit
think
in.
else, but
All right, Kevin, where to next? You think we should head over to the car? The one that fell in the river?
I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
we got a location on that, didn't we?
Yeah, from your dad, I think.
So, yeah, let's go check out the car, and he's expecting us at the hotel, so we'll do that first, because you know how he gets.
Yeah.
He likes you.
I'm gonna wheel around, my head kind of peeks back, and I'm gonna look at Sonata.
We have a
You're
tiny
like-
problem.
Yeah, are you okay?
I'm hungry.
Right.
oh, yo,
So,
you need me to hook that shit
what,
up for you? You
I
need a
don't
bad
think
guy?
we can. Oh,
Burger King?
You need a bad guy or food?
So they're both, you said two things that mean the same thing to Sonata
Yeah.
and I.
Oh, no.
So
Right.
I'm not hungry. I had a wonderful lunch of a kale salad and a lovely iced tea. I'm
Oh,
hungry.
that's cool. That's cool.
you
Okay,
feel
I
the revulsion in your mind, Sonata.
Yes.
I feel I pull a thing out of my back pocket. I write down an address. Which of you?
I'll take it.
Here you go.
Ruben, plug that into the GPS if you'd be so kind. I'm gonna get us on the road before Sonata goes back for sketch.
Yeah.
Thanks. I don't want to do that today. In fact, I'm very firmly not doing that today. That's what I said. But I don't want to hang out with your dad when I'm definitely not doing that today.
His dad's old, isn't he?
You want to know
It's his
what
time.
the address is?
We're not going to do that today. We're not going
Oh
to
no,
do
you're
that.
gonna want to do
I'm
this.
willing to
You're
say
You're gonna
you
want
have
to do
a
that.
bold heart. You're being very reasonable.
We are not going to do that today.
You're gonna want to do that when we get to there.
We're not going to
Trust me.
today. We're not going to do that today.
Hey,
So-
better you guys than Fangs turning around in here.
We're
So
not.
who's Fangs? You got a dog?
Fangs?
Yeah.
Is the man
That's-
inside of his head? We should get
Oh,
going.
okay. I thought you had
Yeah,
a people in there.
I've already put it in gear, and I'm in 5th, speeding down the highway.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So I said it was
Can you
like
do it backwards?
it was about
I love
35,
this
40
shit
minutes to get
backwards.
over to where the hotel is.
We were going to the car.
Yeah, she
We're
gave
gonna
us
do
the
the car
address of a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sex
thought it was
trafficker.
the address of where the car was dumped.
No, sex trafficker.
Oh. Where'd you get that information?
Oh.
I don't know. I forget.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh no.
All right. So you guys are headed to the address she gave you. Considering
Yo.
the neighborhood you're already in, it is
It's a
not a
bad-
giant road trip. You end up coming up to, well, you know, this is your call, Amy, so tell me who this person is.
Former associate of mine.
Okay, how? Who is this person?
Former sex trafficker. Or he is a sex trafficker.
Okay, but who is he? How do you know him?
He's my pimp. He was
Okay.
my pimp. I bought my freedom.
Okay, so what's his name?
Carter.
Carter?
Mhm.
And I take it he's still running girls?
He's still
Or
running
anyone
girls.
else?
Actually, no. Yeah, he's running girls. The girls in this house they're the old crew.
So you basically pull up to you're in an older neighborhood. It's obviously been, a lot of these houses are run down. Several of them are abandoned. This is kind of like right off of, remember I told you this is not just a pleasure town and a resort town. There's actually an active shipping port here, and there is a naval station a few miles down the beach from the actual city itself.
Yep.
So this is these houses are kind of adjacent to the area where a lot of the poorer workers live who work different jobs on the docks.
Yeah.
And this house is the house you pull up to. It's like a two-story clapboard, farmhouse, and it's kind of like just on a lot on either side of the lot. On one side of the lot, there's a house that obviously burned down quite some time ago. On the other side of the lot stands empty, but there's like an empty foundation where a house probably stood at one point and was either demolished or completely fell apart. There's no neighbors behind the house because it basically faces a canal that runs down into the water. Across the canal, there is an industrial park. So this house is kind of like just sitting there isolated. The lights are on. There's
But nobody's home.
cars.
Nope.
Huh?
I said,
Okay.
but nobody's home.
Yeah,
Before we get there, what I want you to do, who's driving? Who am I talking
I
to?
am.
Kevin's driving.
Okay, Kev. So what you want to do is you want to you want to kill the light.
Oh yeah, no, I know how to stake out a place.
So as you guys come up to the place,
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah.
the main thing is there is no. There's several cars out front. The lights are on. You can see movement going by the windows every now and then. There's 3 cars out front. In the driveway, there is a very nice looking like Lexus sedan. Sitting in front of the parked in front of the house, there is a Toyota Corolla, indeterminate year, but it's not new. And then beside that, kind of parked up beside the sedan in the same driveway, there is an old Jeep Wrangler. And those are the only cars out front. And there's nothing else going on. Across the street, there are several houses up and on the other side of the street. For the most part, they don't look like there's many people about in this time of day. You guys took off at early evening, so they may just be sitting at dinner or something like that inside the house. They may work night shifts, who knows? But it doesn't look like there's a lot of people. There's not a lot of people out on the streets, as it were.
As we're approaching the house, Ruben stops and he says to the others, "Yeah, this really isn't my forte. And I've got some business to attend to." And he's going to reach into his back pocket and uncrumple out the paper and shows it to everybody. Says, "We need to have a talk, Apollo."
Who here actually speaks
Greek. I mean, I probably would.
So the note is written in it looks like Greek, but you really can't make heads or tails of it.
Is it written in Latin?
No.
Okay.
It's
Well, I read
ancient
that
Greek,
too.
Yeah.
I would assume.
I read that
Yeah.
too.
So it looks like
I'm a
Greek,
dork.
but Ruben doesn't seem to have any problems understanding what's written there. Alejandro,
Yeah.
do you need something, Alejandro?
I have a quick question. Is this area abandoned as in like barren, or is it abandoned as in like it's starting to become overgrown with like weeds and stuff?
It's abandoned as in like probably about half the houses don't have any occupants. And the yards are, of course, tangles of weeds and overgrown.
Okay,
like
perfect.
that. The house that you're pulling up to, or coming near, I should say, is one of the few houses on this block that actually has people in it, or someone in it. And it is, like I said, it's fairly isolated too, because to one side of it, the house is burned down. To the other side of it, the lot is empty, and it's pretty obvious that the house, whatever building was there, was demolished, because all there is left of it is a cement foundation that has weeds growing up all around it.
Okay, but there's like overgrowth.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, Sonata, you want your food scared or not scared?
I mean, if you're hungry too, I don't really like letting her get her hands too dirty.
I'm gonna kind of like shake my head a little bit, like, "Yo, you hungry?"
You get the overall sensation of just hunger, anger, and just an overall disdain for this situation.
Amy, before we keep going, what's the likelihood that there's someone other than the person that we're after inside?
Let's see. There's the pimp. There's his bitch. She's for food too. And then there's
How long has it been since you've been around this place? I'm assuming it's been years.
man. You keep coming and going. It keeps coming in and out. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, 1 second.
I'm having sound issues,
Let
guys.
me fix my mic real quick because I seem to be having some trouble. And someone else just said that I'm coming in and out real bad. Check.
Oh no.
Check.
I hear you.
There we go.
Hear you.
All right. So,
How long has it been since I've been here?
yeah.
5 years.
Okay. So you know that if he's still running the usual way he runs things, yeah, you're right. It's him. He has basically what he calls the house mom, and she's the one who usually makes sure the girls are taken care of and everything like that. And then there's he's had up to 4 or 5 girls who work for him before. So and the girls are almost never all home at once. There's usually only 1 or 2 of them home at a time.
Yeah.
So depending on how many girls he has working for him right now, there could be he and the house mom and one other girl, up to 3 other girls.
Okay.
There's 3 cars outside, so you know there's gonna, you recognize his car as the Lexus. The house mom's car is the Jeep. She uses it for like going pick up supplies and stuff. The Toyota you don't recognize at all. So it might be
that's the new girl.
One of the girls.
Yeah, it's either the new girl or that's his brother with his brother's hoe. Okay, so there's. Okay, close your ears and go la 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 if you don't need to be hearing this.
La, 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 la.
Ruben has, at this point, walked down the street and towards the canal.
Oh, I
To be by
assume,
himself.
actually, Kevin, we're probably the ones that are supposed to hear this.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm not here for it.
Nah,
I'm
Mila,
chilling.
she can la 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 la. Go Mila. Sorry. Allie. So yeah, Mushy Bunch number 1 and 2. Last door on the right is him. House mom is the one right next to that. The last door on the left is the new hoe. Have fun. If there's any kids, send them out. Tell them Tia Abby is here.
Okay.
Good to know.
It's a field trip. If there's any kids, Tia Abby's here.
Kevin, I have an idea for feasibly getting him outside if you want. I could probably just, walk up and say I'd like to audition.
Well, I mean, I was gonna throw a car door through the window, but sure, that works a little bit better.
Mine has fewer side effects.
That's true.
So I
Mine
would like
decapitates, though.
I would like to. Well, yes, that's a little faster. I'm gonna kind of try to spruce myself up and knock on the door, see if I can.
Okay. We're going to cut away from you guys real quick before you jump into the action sequence. Ruben, you're walking down the street, and you're walking away from the car. What do you... It's actually on dusk, so it's kind of in that hazy time of day. Especially in this city, it's a port city, and it's humid. It's in the south, and the humidity is high, so there's always that weird haze, especially during the summer, which is made even worse when the sun starts to go down because it's got that weird twilight effect twinkling all through it. So, what are you trying to do?
I'd like to walk towards the canal,
Mm-hmm.
find somewhere to sit next to it, take a look at the sunset, and I'll pull out a cigarette from my cigarette pack that I keep in my jacket, light it, smoke it, and then I'll reach out to Apollo. I'll say, hey, big guy.
So as you put the cigarette into your lips and you light it up and take the first drag, and you reach out and you try and reach towards that feeling that you've always gotten whenever you tried to channel Apollo's abilities. And as you do that, the sun is, setting behind you, because the canal runs down to the ocean, and so the sun's sitting behind you, and the sun is reflecting right onto the canal, right? So it's kind of casting a long reflection of the sun going across the top of the canal, and in the center of that long reflection, there just appears a figure. It is a man, tall, exceptionally tall, strikingly handsome, wind-tossed blonde hair, chiseled chin, got a body that seems to be sculpted rather than just natural. And he's just walking across the surface of the canal towards you. And as he steps foot onto the bank of the canal, and he is wearing a Grecian toga as well, and he's wearing sandals on his feet. As he steps a foot on the bank of the canal, his entire outfit changes, and suddenly he is in a very clean, nice button-down suit, slacks, button-down pants, shirt, I should say, with crisp linen pants. Something really appropriate for the weather and the scene. But other than that, his physical form doesn't change much. And he comes walking across, and he's kind of stands there and he looks at you and he says, and this is not what I would want to see one of my acolytes taking part in.
You're talking about my friends.
I'm talking about the monsters you're associating with.
Well, I'm Ruben. It's nice to meet you too. We haven't properly talked like this before. I understand your disapproval. It's not necessarily my first choice either. But this is where we find ourselves.
I have given you gifts. I have lent you my spark. I have enjoyed many of the things you've used to create it with. Or create with it, I should say. What do you think the purpose of me letting you have these abilities was?
To create beauty, to stun an audience, to become as radiant as you and I can be. And he gives him kind of like a thin smile.
He says, and to be worshipped.
Yeah, that's an important one.
He says, you are sitting in a tiny jazz club in a small little back neighborhood. And you are not reaching out, except to these strange associates. How are they going to bring glory? How are they going to enhance our ability to be seen?
That responsibility rests square on my shoulders, Apollo. It's gonna be up to me. Maybe think of it less that they're helping us and that we're helping them. You see, beneath the veneer of all of these monsters, there lies a mortal. Someone who's innocent, who's being controlled. Don't you think they are worth salvation?
It is a noble cause. Fine. Redeem one. Save one. And I will allow you more.
Consider it done, old friend. And I hope we have chats like this more often. Looking good.
He says, I get to pick.
As you say.
Let's put a thumb in one of my relatives' eyes, shall we? Redeem the songbird.
Sonata. There's a sort of look of uncertainty, like he doesn't know if that's even
Get
possible.
her to give up the song and go back to being who she was.
He pauses. There's a bit of hesitancy. And then resolve. And he meets eyes with Apollo once more. I will do as you ask.
He says, the gifts I have given you will pale in comparison to what we can awaken next. We can create masterworks that will ensure that your name and my legacy are burned into the annals of this time.
A different light of hunger enters Ruben's eyes. Not for blood or for hearts, but to be recognized, to be revered as one of the greatest artists to ever walk this earth. And he nods. He says, "We're on the same page."
He says, "Then I'll leave you to it." And he turns like he's going to walk back towards the canal. And as he turns around, like just a reflection of the sun on the canal just suddenly shines with incredible radiance to the point where you have to look away. And then when you look back, he's gone. All right. Let us cut back to Sonata and Kevin. Now, Sonata, you said that you pretty yourself up as best you can.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to walk up to the door and knock. Kevin, what are you doing while she walks up to the door and knock? And Alejandra and Amy, you're staying in the Jeep, yes?
No, I gotta get out, because otherwise they're gonna know the jig's up.
Oh.
What do you mean you got to get out because otherwise they're going to know
yeah.
the jig's up? Doesn't make any sense.
Girls don't come here to audition.
Well, then why
They
didn't you tell
come-
Sonata that?
Because I didn't want to freak her out too terribly bad. They come here because they already passed all the tests. Now the new girls, they're brought in.
Usually his MO is he finds girls who are lost, who are trying to find shelter, who need help. And he coaxes them in with a quote unquote safe place to stay. And then he finds some way to manipulate them into doing what he wants. And then once he has them doing that, he gets as much as he needs to make sure they keep doing it. Whether he gets them strung out, whether he has incriminating evidence against them, he does what he has to do.
What can I say? I just need him to see it was me this time.
So are you walking up to the door with her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna knock for her. I'm gonna
No,
introduce
she said
her.
she was knocking. You're not gonna be. You can't usurp that.
No, she's knocking.
Are you
I'm just
staying
gonna-
behind her then? I guess.
Yeah.
All right. And Kevin, what are you doing?
I'll get behind her and
I'm
look out.
going to hang on the outside of the door where I can't be seen at first, or as much as I can, but I'm going to basically be leaning against the wall.
Okay. So you're going basically to the let's say the door swings in this way. You're going to go to the right of the door for the most part.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, so that when you open up the door, you would actually have to step into the doorway to see me.
Yeah, and this is like I said, this is a kind of a ranch style house. So the front of the house is pretty much flat. The door is like a little recessed area in the front of the house, and just big enough for one person to step forward and knock or ring the doorbell. There's no screen door or anything like that, so the door opens, and so you can just step to the right of that, and there's a space of wall right there where you can stand up against, and they shouldn't be able to see you unless they walk out of the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go and Sonata, you walk up and knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you walk up, knock on the door, and for about a 10 count, there is no response. Do you knock again?
Yeah, I'll try one more time.
Try shaving a haircut this time.
You knock on
The
the door
first
again.
part.
I mean, if she says to try it rhythm, I'll try the rhythm.
So you hear a voice coming from what sounds like down a hall, and it says, "If one of those goddamn bitches ordered a goddamn another fucking pizza on my card, I swear to fucking God, there will be hell to pay." And the door swings open, and there, standing in the doorway, is a woman in her 40s. She is got on a pink house dress. She is about 5'6", 5'7". She has got curly brown hair that's kind of just hanging down, disheveled. She's got a cigarette in between her lips, and she's kind of she opens the door. She's like, "Who the fuck are y'all?" You don't recognize her at all.
Oh, I don't recognize her? New girl?
No. It's been 5 years. Girls are lucky to survive with him for like 1 to 2 before they even either run for it or something bad happens.
Hey, Mona.
Who are you talking to?
That's his woman's name.
No, this is probably his woman. The girls don't get to open the door.
Mm.
And she kind of looks at you and she's like,
No,
fucking Mona's
her house mom's name
dead.
is Mona.
She's like,
Sorry,
she
I
says,
lost you.
hang on a second, you're having some lag. Now, what'd you say? Yeah, you're having some
Yeah,
pretty
she's
You're
bad-
cutting
lagging
in and out.
bad.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
so
going-
sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. You seem to be okay now. Now, what were you saying?
I lost sound completely. I have no idea what y'all just said.
We were asking you what you were saying.
The house mom's name is Mona.
She said, when you said, hey Mona, when you called out, hey Mona,
Yeah.
she said, Mona's fucking dead. Who the fuck are you?
Rhapsody.
He's like, you have a fucked up name. What can I do to help you? And she kind of looks at you, Sonata, and she kind of looks at you kind of funny for a second. And she says, fucking goddamn.
Hi.
You the spitting image.
Oh no.
Of?
What's her name?
Yeah.
She's that little pop singer.
Yeah.
All the kids
Oh, I
love
get
her.
that.
I know.
I get that all the time. It's sort of my charm. I was hoping I could talk to the man of the house.
What?
Well, I heard that there was a place here I could come.
Holy fuck. Who you hear this from?
She told me.
Poke at her. She's like, and you knew Mona. She said, and you, did you hear me, baby? She said, and you knew Mona.
Oh, we're
She's
getting no
still
audio.
really bad.
Yeah.
Do you have anything up other than VC and roll 20? If you do, shut it all down. Say something, Jessica? Nope, still can't get audio. I just heard a click and a hiss, so I thought maybe your mic had come turned off or turned on.
Something, Jessica?
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Sorry.
Like, that's all right. That's right. She said, "Well,
Another cutting
Sonata
in and
said that when she asked her how Sonata found out about it, she said she pointed at you,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other chick says, and you knew Mona, directed at
Yes.
you, Amy."
She was my mom.
She says, "All right, well, I don't know you from shit." She looks Sonata. She looks you up and down appraisingly.
Mm.
She says, "But if this is legit," she says, "I'll probably throw you 1,500." She's like,
Nice.
"Step on in, ladies. Let's negotiate a little business."
How far back is the door from where I'm standing?
Like it's a 2-foot deep recession, so you would literally just step around and you'd be in the doorway.
You mind if
You
I
have to push past them, but you'd be in the doorway.
get my muscle with me?
She says, fuck no, he can wait in the car. This is business. This
Yeah,
isn't
man.
war."
I can go in with them?
Huh? You're still in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I asked you if you're staying in the car or not.
I'm gonna look out at the car, like, give signals.
What do you... If that's your signal, that's about how vague it was.
I will actually. I'll take a couple of steps back, like I'm kind of going to follow Amy.
Uh-huh. Like you're letting Amy go first type thing?
Yeah, like I'm letting her kind of take control, but I just happen to also give a little bit of space that Kevin could get through if he wanted to.
Okay. So she kind of she holds the door and she kind of steps back and out of the way. Amy, are you walking in?
Hold on a sec.
She's like, in or out, bitch? AC's going.
Can I get the kids from the car?
No, fuck no.
Ay.
I'm gonna shoot around the corner, and I'm gonna grab the woman by the throat and shove her into the house.
All right.
That's what I was waiting for.
long.
I was
Oh,
hoping you'd do that, bro.
And I just closed the door.
Close the door. So here's what's gonna happen.
She said 3 people.
Huh?
She said 3 people.
Yeah, there's 3 people in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Kevin, I'm assuming you're using vampiric strength.
Yes.
All right. There is no religious relics here, and you are here to feed. So your must feed is kicking in because you offered it to him.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So that's the weakness is kicking in. What else are you going to use?
I'm gonna be biting her, so my fangs.
Okay.
And she's not attacking me, so I'm not using regeneration.
Right.
And if possible, I would like to be using hand-to-hand combat since I'm having to grab a hold of her.
Absolutely. I'm not going to make a vengeful apply to this because this is not really about revenge. This is about feeding. So
Okay.
there's no... That's not really an influence on this scene.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got two power tags, 1 weakness tag, and then another power tag off of combat and infiltration.
Yep.
All right, give me 1 second. Beep, beep, beep. And all right. What the heck is that? Bang. Go ahead and roll.
That is a grand total of 9.
9.
Or, I'm sorry, 9 on die plus 2, 11.
Gotcha. So you basically you just step forward, grabbing a hold of her neck, get her completely. Like I said, she's like 5'7", 5'8". You get her feet completely off the ground. You take her into the room. The first thing you see is that the hallway goes down the house. There's a room to the left, immediately off the hallway. That's like an archway, which is probably a living area. Directly to the right, there is a doorway that it looks like it might go into a dining room or something like that. And then further down on the right-hand side, there is a bedroom, another door down to the right-hand side. And then way down at the end of the hallway, going left and right, there is a door on the left-hand side, a door, and 2 more doors on the right-hand side. And then at the very end of the hallway, because it goes straight through the house, there is a door going out back. So, you can... Are you going to put her right there into the wall in the hallway?
Yeah, I'm going to put her up against the wall, and I'm going to try and bite as quickly as I can to stifle any sort of screaming or yelling.
So she goes in, and you have her by the throat, so you're stifling yelling. Milagros, or sorry, Alejandra, you see like Kevin just whip around. The woman just disappears out of the fucking doorway. There's a flash, and you basically see her pink house dress flowing into the hallway. And Sonata and Amy are like you guys just feel like you see the motion and you see the burst of air. You feel the burst of air as Kevin just sails past you. Are you slamming her into the wall like hard, or are you just like putting her in the wall and holding her there? Trying to make, if you don't, do you care about the noise you're making? Are you putting her into the sheetrock?
Tim, I lost you.
He's probably putting her into the sheetrock, yeah.
Because you
All
have
right,
no
so that's going to make some
control.
sound.
I don't, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm only getting this for the
playing
final
pest
action of your action. You know how hard you're hitting her into the wall because you said you're
Yeah.
slamming her into the wall. So as Kevin comes around, he holds her by the throat and slams her into the wall so hard that you see the sheetrock just all in bed where she is, and she's kind of like half trapped in the sheetrock, half being held by him. She's holding onto his hand, and she's just like making these gulping sounds as she's trying to get air. And Kevin, do you just go through with the motion, just lean forward and bite?
Yep.
All right. So So let's go to the next person in linear fashion. So Nada, you were stepped back. So Amy, you would be the next person near the door. What are you doing? You cut out again. Amy, what are you doing? Check your mic. I think you turned it off.
I need a new headset so bad.
Yeah. So, but what are you doing?
I recommend Zyberia. They're great.
Yep.
Cool. Did I see which direction Ruben was going? Because I know he was walking off.
No. Not in any way, shape, or form. You were concentrating on the house.
Well, in that case, I sent them to eat. I'm gonna go talk to Mila and look around, see if I can see him anywhere.
What's his name?
Milagros?
Oh,
sorry.
Alejandra.
I just call her Alejandra.
Is her
Sorry.
character's name. You're walking back down to the car?
I gave the wrong nickname. Yes, I'm walking back to the car.
All right. So, Milagros, but now I did it. Alejandra, you literally see Amy just kind of turn around and start almost nonchalantly walking back across the lawn towards the car. Sonata. Kevin has it pinned to the wall.
Did she say she closed the door, or is it still open?
Yeah, she closed the door behind us.
Okay.
You can just walk in.
Yeah, I'm gonna slip in the door.
All right.
And try to be slightly protective if someone tries to come through.
Your siren, when you open the door and you see Kevin just completely he's feeding on this woman. She's violently struggling. You feel that same hunger just rip through you. What are you doing? Oh wait, yeah, this is a good time. And as Kevin's feeding and you feel that hunger welling up, you see a young woman step out of one of the doorways. She's wearing like a white baby doll tee and a pair of shorts, and she's barefoot, and she steps around the corner. She looks and she goes, "Oh fucking shit! Oh fucking shit! Oh fucking shit!"
I'm gonna use my siren song.
I was gonna say, I can't talk to her. My mouth's full.
I'm gonna use my siren song.
Okay.
This is a bad idea.
I was taught as a child, don't talk with your mouth full.
I'm gonna mutter to the siren, "You can eat the other one. Just help me with this one." And then I'm gonna sing to her and tell her, "You don't see anything, my darling child. Just go back down inside and close your eyes, it's fine."
So are you using all three? You're singing to control, you're putting in suggestion, and you're enthralling?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so click them all off.
Okay.
There is no negative on this because she can obviously see and hear you.
Yup.
I am going to apply one negative though.
That's fair.
Because she is just absolutely terrified. So
That's fair.
It is not a tag, but it is a condition for the scene.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a negative one for that. So go ahead and roll.
Okay. My dice box is not where it's supposed to be. Please, Lord, don't let me take eyes again. 5 plus 2 is 7?
Okay, so
True.
you begin singing to her. The song goes out. It's soothing. It's quieting. She kind of like stops, and she's looking at Kevin and the woman, and then she stops. She kind of turns towards you, and she get this kind of like dumbfounded look on her face for a few moments, and she kind of like stops. She stops looking at you, and but you can still see her. She's in the song. She's like, and she just starts nodding, and she spins around. She walks back into the room, and the door closes.
And then it's Siren's time for dinner.
You have totally lost fangs. Something happened. He is stilled. All the anger is gone. And now you just have blood welling up in your mouth. And it's disgusting.
I'm going to spit the excess out on the floor, and I'm going to let her go.
That's maybe my fault.
She's out. You know, you don't know whether she's dead or not, but she is out.
She gonna be.
Oh, she go be dead in a minute. I'm gonna I'm gonna let her go. Let her kind of drop. Gesture to Sonata. Like gesture at the body. I'm gonna pull the handgun and just stare down the hallway in case somebody decides to investigate.
So so you guys come out, you pull a handgun, you're kind of doing the whole, commando check of like gun up, checking down the hallway. You step a little bit past Sonata and the woman's body. You can hear in the room that the girl went into, you can hear music start playing. Sonata, are you just letting her?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let her nom. It's dinner time.
And you say, you hear, in your head, you hear, do you understand that I'm a predator? I don't want to be fed. I want to hunt.
I'm so sorry, but this is the options we have right now. So this is the best I can do.
Discussions will be had. And then you lose control of your right arm as your hand turns into that harpy's, the siren's claw, and you just it just plunges. You feel the ribs break underneath, the sternum splits. Your hand crushes the sternum and then opens again and claps around the heart, rips the heart out of the chest, and you begin devouring it. And you can feel it, you can see it, but you don't seem to be all the way present.
Yeah.
It is you're doing it, but you don't have the taste of anything in your mouth, and you don't feel the thing in your hand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're still there.
Yeah.
And you and Kevin have done this type of thing before, so describe what the siren looks like when she fully manifests and comes out.
Her features get very angular. Everything is very sharp lines and very sharp jaw. The teeth are slightly pointed because, and her nose almost looks like a beak. Not quite, but a little bit. Her hair, which normally has a slightly layered, feathered look, turns into feathers. So they look kind of goldish feathers, and she just...
Yep. So Kevin, usually when she's doing that, you're more or less fangs, and so this is really one of the few times you've ever seen her and been totally you. And it is actually very disturbing. Because not only she looks like she's ravenous, but she also has this look. You know how someone gets their perfect steak and they take that first bite of steak and they seem to savor it and treasure it?
Yeah.
When she takes that first bite, she doesn't just wolf it down. She is just, sitting there and obviously and absolutely enjoying it. But after that, she is just tearing into it. And at one point, she looks up at you, and you don't have any knowledge. You don't feel this or see or hear this, Sonata. But she looks at you and she says, "There's more in the back." You should go get them.
Well,
I can't do this one. And she gestures with her left hand at the door. But there's 2 more in the back. Bring them up here. Or just stay here and let me go get them.
you need backup?
She literally, you've never seen a bird look incredulous before. But she looks at you and she's just like, do you?
Fair point. Just don't get her killed.
She
Grab a towel so she can clean up at least.
and she kind of like just lets the woman's body drop and she rushes past you. Sonata, you come into full consciousness again from the feeding and you are moving down the hallway at a rapid pace.
I'm gonna try to stop and turn around.
And she's like, he knows what we're doing.
We didn't come.
He's
It's
backing us
fine.
up.
We didn't come here for them. We came here for one. You had your lunch. It's time to go.
There's
We're
2
busy.
more.
They're just girls up there.
No,
Are
one
you-
of them's not.
Oh,
It's him.
Oh,
You told him about. I can tell by the heartbeat.
yum yum yum.
Look, it'll be quick and easy. He's asleep. I won't even make you terrorize him.
fine. You get one. You get him. That's it.
It's just like, okay. But you know the other one,
Nope.
she's not sleeping up front
You
where she can be
get-
watched. She's in the back.
You get one. You get him. That's it.
How many girls has she probably brought to him?
You get one. You get him. That's it.
I'm just saying there's a reason.
You're right. But you get him. That's it.
Alright. So,
I think we have a compromise. Come on.
so
You get him.
Kevin, are you following her down the hallway?
I'm
Keep her
gonna
covered?
follow her down the hallway just in case.
As you get about halfway down the hallway, he comes roaring back into your head. And the first thing you hear in his guttural voice is, "That fucking singing bitch!"
Whoops. I don't think he likes me.
I don't care if she's your friend. If she sings me to sleep again, you're tearing her fucking head off.
Shit, I thought you were done.
I am not even satiated.
Alright, where's the other one?
He says, and he goes, he stops, you stop for a second, and I'll just use his senses. You don't even, you're half conscious of doing it, half not. You're not really fully in control right now. And and just as you reach out with him, he sees and feels just from the vibration and the sound of the room, Sonata leap onto the bed and slam her hand into the chest or the back of someone who is sleeping in the bed and rip out a heart and begin devouring it. And he says, "Ugh, she got the kill."
She said there was another one. You're big on vengeance. Who needs vengeance here?
He smiles and he says, "There's no one good here." He's like, "There's no one without sin here."
I'm less worried about the sin part and more worried about who actually deserves it.
He's like, "The one up front is a thief and peddles drugs to the other girls to make them forget. The one back here goes out and looks for little girls and boys to bring back here to learn."
We're taking that one.
He says, "Fine." It's like, we could just take him on, rid this whole place of the filth.
But I really want to set a fire this time. We said Seth not on the job. This isn't part of the job. And the building next door is burnt down anyway.
Very much off the job.
I love it. It's so messed up.
So, Ruben, About this time, you're walking up to the Jeep.
Oh my god.
Amy, or did you get back in the Jeep, or are you kind of leaning on the outside of the Jeep?
I'm leaning on the outside. I'm crying, and I appear visibly shaken.
Alejandro, what are you doing?
Her. I'm comforting her. I'm not just gonna let her stand there and cry. That's so mean.
All right. So you come up. Amy is obviously upset. Alejandra is trying to comfort her. As you come walking up, the front door to the house is closed. There's still lights on, and you can hear a little bit of music coming from the front window on the right, as if someone is listening to the radio inside that room. You're muted.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Ruben's going to walk up to the Jeep, and he's going to look sympathetically at Amy and then look towards Alejandra and say, are they, in...
There's a light on in the front.
The front room has a light on, and like I said, you can vaguely hear music.
The front bedroom?
Yeah. The front bedroom has a light on. You can vaguely hear music.
That's the new girl. It's gonna be the new girl.
New girl? What's going on?
Whatever's happening apparently hasn't disturbed the new girl.
I sent them a bunch to eat dinner. I told them who to get. The new girl's in front.
Oh, God. He's going to kind of bunch up his, and then rub his temples.
I hate being back here.
He takes a deep breath and goes, Ollie, should we get the new girl? Like, just take her out of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just. She just needs to know Tia Abby's here.
Okay, we'll get her out.
It's
Don't
a
worry. Okay, we'll get her out.
You're the cop, right?
Me? No.
Neither am I.
And he chuckles.
You, the brother?
That's Kevin. That's my buddy Kev. He's a bounty hunter. I write the drawings. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Sure thing. I'm just gonna go pop in, get your new girl, get her out. All right. Ollie's gonna just help me out, just in case the scene's bad. But you'll be in the car. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Kevin, you go down to the hall and open the door on the right. There is a woman sitting in a chair in the room, like an office chair, computer chair, and she is just kind of like, her head's lulled back. She is not really sitting in the chair so much as she's kind of draped over it. You see sitting on the ground beside her right hand that is dangling down, there is an empty bottle of what looks to be like a plastic jug of vodka. And she is like just completely blotto drunk.
Fangs, I gotta drive. This isn't gonna make us drunk, right?
This is... Well, it won't make me drunk. You could just let me drive.
No speeding tickets this time. And I'm gonna go to work.
Alright. So, her blood literally tastes of alcohol. And Fangs is like, if I don't get control, he says, you're not going to be able to walk.
Oh. Let's just finish this and get done with it.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna finish feeding off of her, and then, because I don't know Ruben and Alejandro are coming, so I'm going,
So Kame is going to get control then.
Yeah, we promised to start a fire and burn the building down. So.
All right, so you are now Kame. So, Sonata, you come fully into yourself as you finish with this person. You basically literally start, picking up the bed sheets and trying to clean off your arm and hand.
Least favorite thing ever. Superpowers are cool. The feeding off hearts thing is a little gross.
She says, "We're through for now." She says,
Okay.
we didn't want the other one. She's drunk.
Ugh.
It's like,
Yuck.
we'll leave it for the leech.
Oh.
Damn.
Very rude way to refer to
What'd you say?
That is a very rude way to refer to Kevin.
That's racist.
No, Kevin is perfectly fine. I find Kevin to be delightful company.
He is wonderful, isn't he?
Yes. That half whatever thing in him is terrifying.
Oh, well, that's fair. I don't know much about him.
Yes, well, neither do I, and we're keeping it that way. We have a certain reputation to uphold.
Exactly. I completely agree. So I'm going to go downstairs now, and hopefully we'll meet Kevin outside. And I will just start walking down the stairs.
Beelining it out of the house.
Except Kevin's not home.
Actually, can
Yeah,
I...
are we just gonna bump into each other just like...
Are
Can
you
I
headed up to
check-
the house now?
Well,
Yeah, Ollie and,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ollie and I are trying to go find the new girl.
Yeah, so as you come out the door and you're walking like you get halfway up the hallway, the front door opens and Ruben and Alejandra are coming in the front door.
you might not want to
So
be here.
laying on the ground beside the front door is a body of a woman who has basically had her throat torn out. But there's very little blood around the wound, as she is kind of just like laying there with her head slightly kilted. Her eyes are wide open in terror.
And there's a
there's a
gaping hole in her
giant
chest?
gaping hole in her chest.
Ruben looks with wide eyes around the scene, rather shocked, and then looks at Sonata kind of accusingly and goes,
I only did part of it.
I'm sure you did? Is your stomach full?
Yes?
Go wait in the Jeep. And he kind of gives her a disdainful
Go to your
look.
room.
Yeah. and then he's going to jerk with Ollie. He's going to jerk his head towards the hallway with Ollie, and they're going to go try to find that front room that had the music playing it in.
So we're going to do something real quick, just because the dog is going to keep on going crazy until I let him go outside. So it's already almost 9:40. So let's take the 10-minute break now, and then we'll finish resolving this scene, and we'll see how this goes, because we've developed some tensions.
Kevin's not
putting it
home
lightly.
right now.
Oh,
All
God.
right, yeah, and someone is here, and it's not Kevin. And he gets to try and figure out how to drive a car.
Oh, no. I could just drive.
But it's too late. He already promised him he could drive.
I did. He knows that I promised him that he could drive.
Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to take a 10-minute break. It is 9:40 now. We will be back at 9:50 Central Standard Time. And I'm going to go let the poor doggy out because I think he's dying. We'll be back
you
in 10
soon,
minutes,
guys.
guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for affording us that momentary lapse in sanity as we all ran away from our characters who were murdering everyone.
Murder, vengeance.
Gonna murder
So-
this bag of chips.
Ruben is standing kind of over the body of the woman who answered the door. Sonata was coming down the hallway, and Ruben basically angrily told Sonata to go wait in the car.
He's grounded.
Well, now I don't.
Alejandra is kind of with Ruben, and she's behind the hallway. Alejandra, you've never seen this before either. But looking down at it, you have a sudden flash of memory. It is you looking down at a stone altar that is on the apex of what looks to be some kind of cliff face or up on the side of a mountain. You can see out beyond the mountain that there is a beach down below you and open ocean. And laying before you is a body of a younger male. And in your hand, in one hand, you hold a chipped black obsidian blade. And in the other hand, you hold a heart. And as you're standing there looking out, you hold both the bloody blade and the heart up, and as you squeeze the heart, you see storm clouds start rolling in across the ocean, and lightning begins cracking down, and rain keeps coming down in sheets. And you see down on the beach, people come running out on the beach, and they're obviously jubilant in celebration as you have once again brought the rains.
As Alejandra is having this vision, Ruben kind of gently lets himself kind of fall down to his knees, and he kind of just kneels next to the body.
Mm-hmm.
And his hands kind of tremble a bit, and Alejandra can't see his face, but he just softly says, "Can you go check on the girl? I need a minute."
Yep, I got it.
I'm fine. Okay, Sonata, did you go to the car?
No. I'm standing there with my arms crossed over my chest, looking at him like, "I'm sorry, what did you just say to me?"
And in your head, you hear, "I'm sorry, what did he just say to us?" And you just feel the feathers on the back of your neck stand up. And you hear, in your head, in that same implacable voice, you hear, "He will not order us again."
We're going to have a nice conversation with Ruben once he stops being sad about what happened. I understand it's his first dead body. It's very threatening to see for the first time. And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt this time.
And says, "That's not just Reuben there.
Yeah.
You want to see what he used to do to us? What he used to make us do? When he was given control of the choir for a moment? He is arrogant for a reason. He is vain for a reason.
He is also my friend. We are going to give him the benefit of the doubt this time.
Only part of him.
Well, that's the part I have communication with. That doesn't mean we're going to the car, though. I'm going to stay right here.
So... So Alejandra,
She's a little brat. Don't know what to tell you.
So Alejandra, you open the door, and sitting on the bed, there's a young woman. Or yes, you sit on the bed. The young woman. She's kind of bopping her head along to the music, and as you open the door, she looks over at you, and then she kind of really just kind of looks curiously, and she kind of like just turns around and goes right back to listening to music.
Am I near?
Yeah, that door was just like it's 10 feet inside the hallway and to the right, on the right side.
Okay,
then the body of the woman who was killed was like 5 feet in the hallway on the left side, and then there's the archway that goes into the living room.
Okay, then I'll turn to Allie and I'll be like, by the way, she might be a little enthralled.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't want to hurt anyone who didn't deserve it.
Good. So how do I do this? Do I just...
I would just tell her to close her eyes and walk outside.
Okay, yeah. So look, this is so awkward.
Oscar.
She's like,
Come here, baby.
because she's not even in this dimension. Like, but like, hey,
Oscar.
Neither's Kevin.
Don't worry about him.
we're not even dealing with that right now. This is my night off. God damn it.
I will buy you a
And-
very big
That's right.
bottle of wine.
Thank you. So I'm like, hey, and I can't help it. I go into like mom mode. I'm like, hey, all right, let's play a little game. You can keep listening to your music. It's super great. How about you just close your eyes, so you can hear better. Just great.
Michaela?
Good job.
Yeah?
Real quick, what
Uh-huh.
is Sonata's stage name?
Oh, we decided it was just Sonata.
Sonata? Okay,
It was
gotcha.
just her first name. Yeah.
So another song comes on the radio, and you recognize Sonata's voice.
Oh, fuck, it's me!
And
Oh my God.
The,
I'm
girl,
waiting for that.
the young lady goes, "Oh shit, I love her!" And she leans forward, she turns the little radio up, and she like stands up, she's just dancing around the room.
Yeah, she's great. Super great. Super talented.
She's not acknowledging anything you're saying.
Oh my God.
Can I
Okay, Hannah
step in
Montana.
the door and kind of just try to sing the same song, not using the siren song, just singing it, and try to
as she
swing
goes
her
to
out
walk-
the door?
As she goes to walk into the room after Ale, Ruben stands and gets in her way.
I'm right next to Ale, so it'd be one hell of a run.
Well, no, it would be basically he's saying like if you go walking down the hallway because he's technically at the woman's body, and so if you go walking down the hallway because you walked up to them and Alejandro walked past both of you to go to the doorway.
Yeah, okay.
So you're still standing right where Ruben is. So he's saying
Okay.
if you turn around to go walk down the hallway, he's going to try and get in front of you.
Ruben, sweetie, I would suggest you move because I'm a little mad at you right now and we might have a conversation later. I'm
That's
gonna go
great.
help Ale.
We'll have that conversation.
Okay.
But Amy asked us to do something for her,
Yeah,
and we're going to go do it.
fantastic. I'm
So
gonna
if
go
your
help.
stomach is full, I recommend you go outside.
Oh no.
Kevin,
Oh, hell.
Kame has found several other bottles of liquor in that woman's room and has been pouring the contents all over her sheets, all over the carpeting, and he begins walking out in the hallway with a couple more bottles on his arm, and he's splashing alcohol over the walls. Would you like to take him over? As in, you be Kame?
Okay. So, Kame's just gonna keep splashing everything.
So he
What are
sees-
you doing? And, to Ruben and Sonata and Ali, what are all of you doing in here?
Who?
Getting the girl.
Does
Oh.
anything physically happen to
Yeah,
Kevin when he becomes Kame? Does he look differently? Does
his irises are going to be red and his eye whites are going to turn black.
Oh.
So that's not normal. That's not
spooky.
normal.
Does Ruben know about that?
Probably.
What's up?
Okay.
And
Kevin
so
would have mentioned
are
it.
his fangs also predominant now?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So he also has that lisp speak of talking around fangs.
There is like Kevin's hair itself hasn't changed much. There's just like a streak of white hair in it. As Kame becomes more satiated, the hair becomes less and less white. So
right now it's pretty. There's not much white left.
yeah. So he's gonna be splashing on the walls. What are you idiots still doing in here? This whole place is gonna become a tinderbox in like 5 seconds.
What? What?
There's a girl in there we need to get out.
No, we have to.
I'm gonna just push my way past Ruben.
Ruben doesn't resist at all. He's a skinny dude. There's nothing. He's surrounded by a bunch of man-eating monsters in human form.
Twink.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just shoved aside. Yeah.
Yeah. Kame would probably be splashing alcohol in the room of the other dude that had the heart ripped out of his back and just dumping everything all over it.
Make sure you get that everywhere. All up in there.
He's spreading it around. Kame's real good with fire.
So
I'm gonna go in the kitchen, make
walk
sure
into
all
the
that's
bedroom,
set.
and she is still dancing around to your song, and she's singing along with the lyrics.
I'm gonna start performing just like the normal style of performing and try to like dance, like lead her dancing out the door essentially.
Doesn't acknowledge your presence.
Okay.
And then the siren in your head goes, "You told her she doesn't see anything."
That's right. I told her she doesn't see anything.
Should I
I'm gonna
pick
grab her
up?
hand and just walk her out the door.
Yeah.
You grab her hand, and she kind of like looks at her wrist as she jerk her, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And then you jerk her, and she's like, "Holy shit!" And she just starts going, "Help!
Oh
What the
God.
fuck? Something's got me!"
Can I
Oh god
just, like,
damn it.
And she like
pick her up
she's like
and just
slapping
put her
on.
over my
She's like
shoulder?
she swings her, and she kind of like she hits your forearm. It's nothing real about it, but she's slapping
Yeah.
your forearm, and she's like, "Holy shit! Fucking invisible monster! God damn it!"
Oh my
Alejandro,
God.
what are you doing?
Can I try just like picking her up and just carrying her out? Cause like this dude's about to set the whole house on fucking fire. I feel like she would be more scared of.
All right,
Fire.
so this is what we're gonna have to do for that type of situation. You're going to attempt to physically dominate her for the most part.
Okay.
So we need to bring up your character sheet, Alejandra. So none of your powers won't really work towards this.
No.
All right, so I'm trying to figure out something that'll work.
Oh my god, turn the stereo off.
Turn what stereo off?
I mean, is she still dancing around because she
She's
doesn't see
not.
anything?
She's trying to fight off
Yeah, she's
Sonata.
fighting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn the stereo off. Turn off the lights.
Turn the lights off.
Okay.
I'm
Help me out, Milagros. Do you think? Can you think of anything that would apply to this? Because I can't see nurturing, comforting vibe applying to it. Held together by stress might help.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Oh.
say this is stressful.
One of our cards might help too, because from the streets would probably.
Run the streets.
She
Or
knows.
clockwork, yeah.
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 We're not really running like clockwork right now.
No, we are not.
No.
I know y'all are just now getting to know me and all the
All
shit
right.
I do.
So for held together by stress, yeah, prone to burnout does not account.
Okay, perfect.
You're living on the stress vibe right now.
Yes.
And you ain't got time to even think about burning out. So you have the +1 from that. So go ahead and roll.
I gave her a
2d6.
helping hand too.
Huh?
I
Okay, you
redeemed
need-
a helping hand.
So to do helping hand, you need to roll. Oh my god, I can't remember what the roll is.
No, I did it in the chat. I
Oh.
used my little thingies.
Which one is
Oh,
Lend a hand.
you lend a hand. So that's
It's
another
this
plus
one,
one
right?
from lend a hand.
This is
2d6.
D6, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
four-sided.
D6.
Can you see the numbers on it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You roll 2 of those, and now you have a plus 2 to the roll.
I have 2 presents. Ah!
Gravity!
I know that feeling. I know that
nothing.
sound so
I
well.
opened it this way instead of this way.
Oh
you,
no.
can, you can also roll in the die roller on the screen. Oops.
Yeah, I always forget about that until it's too late.
I got a 7.
A 7. Would you add the plus 2 to it already?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go and you lift her up on your shoulders. She begins just like thrashing and screaming and yelling. As you're going to walk out the door, she's just like blindly reaching out for anything. And as you go to walk out the door, she basically grabs the radio that's sitting on the little stand by her bed. She grabs a hold of the radio and she pulls it out of the wall. And as you're kind of like spinning and throwing out, she's thrashing around. She swings the radio and she smashes Sonata right in the face.
Oh.
Wow.
Right in the moneymaker.
So,
Okay.
I'm going to need so much makeup this week.
so you are Sonata. And that basically you were just trying to get out of the way, and she's just like flailing around. She grabs the radio, and she's just she looked like she was just trying to swing the radio any which way, and she managed to connect with you. As she connects with you with the radio, you have you feel like you bit the inside of your cheek all to hell. And you have blood like kind of welling up out of your mouth. So Alejandro, you carry her out of the room. As you're coming out of the room behind her, correct, Sonata?
Mm-hmm.
And Ruben, what are you doing? Are you leaving with them?
I'm gonna stay with Kame, and I'm gonna slowly approach Kame.
As you're
You're
approaching Kame, Sonata's coming out of the hallway, and she just like spits blood on the floor type thing. And Kame, you
Oh, it's gonna be
smell
random.
fresh, live blood
Oh my
of an
God.
incredibly healthy person.
That's true.
The blood actually has a quality that Kame recognizes. It is a quality that would lend him extra strength. This blood is tinged with the essence of another immortal. It is treasured. It is nectar. It is ambrosia.
Kame, where's Kev?
Took a back seat.
Okay.
He's a little, how do you say it? Hammered?
Hammer me nail.
So I see he's doing typical stuff. Listen,
Well, to be fair, the one in there, she hit the bottle a little hard. I need to get the oven on, and turn off some pilot lights on the stove. You want to give me a hand real quick if we're going to have a talk?
Ruben,
Sonata,
kind of,
you notice that Kevin is just like staring at you while talking to Ruben. And you see that his fangs are very pronounced, and his eyes, those weird red and black eyes, are extra wide. And in your head, you hear, "Oh shit."
I'm running. I'm gonna go goodbye.
We out this bitch.
We gonna go that way? There's a door. I'm going for it. I'm just. Bye bye. Okay, I love you. Bye bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye bye.
Ruben
Alright.
begins working on the stuff that Kame told him to do. And he looks over at the body and then back at Kame and he says, "Justice served, huh?"
No, that's my brother.
What?
I don't deal in justice. That's his domain.
So this was just a snack?
This was vengeance. And believe me, you don't want to see me if I don't feed. I get a little, out of hand even for me.
Ruben begins kind of clicking the stove and getting it ready. And then he says, "All right, big man. Show is yours." And he walks out the house.
Kame is going to look for a Zippo.
A Zippo you don't find, but tons of disposable lighters. Unless Kame wants to use his own personal Zippo.
If Kame is allowed to tap into his own powers that he hasn't granted Kevin yet, then yes, he most certainly would.
All right. So you basically, what are you gonna do? You just gonna?
Kame would go out the back door because that's the way he has kind of led the line, and he's going to snap his fingers, and a spark flies from his hand onto all of the alcohol-soaked floor and walls, and his wings will emerge, and he will fly up over the building, and then just very nonchalantly land, bring him back in, and walk straight to the driver's side door of the Jeep.
Yep. So Amy, you're sitting outside by the Jeep, and basically
Walking the house.
Yeah, and basically Kevin kind of just falls out of the sky right beside you.
Black wings and all, just...
And you that's the dog. He's crying.
Sorry. He wants...
Are you giving him treats? That's
Well,
why he's crying now.
It's hot, flaming hot Cheeto.
Oh man, we're gonna have to sleep with that smell. Yay. Anyway, so
Talk
you
about
guys,
hot stuff tonight.
yeah. So
Oh no, he's
the
No
rest
flaming
of
hot
you,
Cheetos fire.
yeah. The rest of you come out the front of the house.
I like the
Well,
green
actually,
ones
Sonata,
better.
you're down by the Jeep by Amy. As you see, you're kind of walking down to the Jeep, and you see Kevin just kind of like land with the wings unfurled, and as he lands, the siren in your head is like, "Let's go a different direction."
I'm sure this is fine. I'm
Well,
sure.
so I get dominion over squirrels and you get wings. That's fair.
He's not technically in charge right now.
That's real fair.
You get to change the weather and cause natural disasters.
Okay, but he's flying. That's so cool.
Oh yeah, he's flying, but I'm about to make him try and kill Sonata. So.
Oh, not my Dusty.
No, I saw that coming.
Nah.
I saw that one coming.
Absolutely not. I will throw hands.
Kevin's not home right now. Kevin's not home right now.
That's not natural, but Oak Express is.
So.
I love rolling versus party
So
members.
Amy, you see Kevin land on the
Yeah.
ground. Ruben, you're coming out the front door as you see Kame land right beside Sonata. And as he lands and as he stands up, Sonata spins to face him. And Kame, it's right there.
Do I recognize that inside Sonata is a siren? Does Kame
Yes.
realize that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And, Kame really only sees Sonata as a siren.
Right.
And therefore, she is some of the most nutritious, amazing feast that you could ever have. Consuming another immortal is the absolute epitome. And it may be enough to where you can finally shut this Kevin down and take full control.
Kame, you had your fun. House is burnt down and you're fed. It's time.
Yeah, but if I let go, Kevin can't stand. Sun God.
I'll take care of him. It wouldn't be the first time.
Kevin,
Don't fucking touch her.
Yeah.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
You're going to make me a go toe-to-toe roll.
Copy.
It's going to be your... let's just use... Actually, I'm going to do it as an opposed type roll.
Okay.
So you're going to roll 2d6,
Copy.
and you're going to have a +3 to it.
I'm gonna have a plus what? I'm sorry, I didn't.
+3 to it.
Copy.
I'm going to roll 2d6, and I'm going to have a +3 to it. You're going to have no negatives. You're going to have, but I'm going to have, oh, sorry. You're going to have one weakness tag, and I'm going to have no weakness tags.
Okay.
So you roll 2d6, I'll roll 2d6, and I have just a straight roll, and you have -1.
Okay, so
So you got a 10.
okay. So it's 2d6 plus or minus 2d6 minus 1?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 6.
Oh,
Oh.
Wow.
I got a 5.
Oh.
I got a 5. Kevin, you fight to the surface. You are drunk. Horrifically drunk. You almost immediately lose your balance.
I'm gonna
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
put my
underneath his
hands
shoulder.
on Sonata's shoulders to
Okay.
balance myself and just kind of
Hey,
head
hey, Be careful.
down. Kind of stumbling.
His
Hi,
eyes are
sweetie.
now white, with his irises being the normal color.
You want some help with
Not
that?
my
Back.
friends.
Actually, Amy, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
What? Sorry,
don't-
I was worried about the whole, like, being dead thing. What did you say?
Amy, can you get Kevin sobered up, or I
Yeah,
don't-
I should be able to if I've got Bacchus riding along. I just don't know how to tap into his stuff.
Well, it better be some powerful juju, because that bitch in the back had some serious vodka in her. Holy hell.
Yeah, they weren't very.
Are you going to try and make Bacchus make someone sober?
The audacity. The disrespect.
And Kevin doesn't understand how Bacchus works, so...
Why don't we just get in the car first? Ellie, I think you're driving.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hand the keys over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just like hug
driving.
Kevin and try to like support him into the car.
Oh, God.
Where's the
Sitting in
girl?
Where does what go?
Alejandro still had her over his shoulder, as far as I knew.
Yep. So I'm gonna put her in the back seat before I get in the front seat.
Right about now, you see, because the doorway was just left open, you see the red flames coming from down the hall. You said you put the girl down, Alejandra?
Yeah.
And the oven and there's gas filling that back room.
So you put her down, and she kind of like just falls on her butt, and she's looking all around, and she's, what the fuck's going on? And then she looks up at the house, and she's like, what the fuck's going on? And she stands up, and she starts backing away from the driveway and backing away from the house. And then she just sits there, and she looks around, and she's like, oh, fuck this shit. And she turns around, and she starts running down the street.
We got bigger problems tonight.
I mean, she's gonna think that ghosts happen. So what's the worst that happens?
I
So-
thought y'all told her Tia Abby was out front.
Oh no, I told her that she didn't see anything and to go back to her room, and that just kind of took precedence.
No, that was no. Tia Abby is code. There's a reason I said to say that.
Oh, well.
I didn't know nothing about it. Aunt, nothing.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
Amy. I was distracted coming into the. If you were in there, you would understand.
No, I believe it.
Boom! the front of the house blows out.
We get. Ow.
Shrapnel goes flying everywhere.
Ow.
You guys can't hear a fucking thing.
Nope.
Your eyes are blinded by flash. Ruben, oddly enough, you're not blinded, but you're definitely deafened.
Start working the jaw, like
Yeah.
trying to get the hearing back.
And now you see that, the house is massively ablaze. And it's basically a giant pyre. And you're sitting in front of it.
Ruben,
We need to go.
did he do the oven thing again?
Yeah, he did the oven thing.
Ah,
Ruben's gonna look down at his hands, which are still kind of trembling a bit, and then he covers them,
We need
shoves
to
them
go.
in his pockets.
Alejandro, are you
I'll
taking
drive.
off?
We need to go.
yeah, let's get out of here before
We
we
not know.
go up.
We need to get GTFO.
Okay.
Time to go.
So where the heck are you guys going to go?
Home.
Drop me off at the club.
Yeah, back to the
You're
club.
Alrighty,
supposed to be
Ruben.
going to
Ruben.
the hotel.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
They are supposed to be going to the hotel. Ruben speaks up and says, drop me off at the club.
Alright.
Why?
I need to talk to Seth.
Okay.
So Alejandro, you make for the club?
Yep.
So it takes a good, like I said, it took about a half hour to get here from the club. So it takes about a half hour to get back. By the time you get back, the club is starting to get crowded. It's been several hours now, and the club's starting to get crowded. The evening crowd is drawing in. The regulars are coming in. Do you just drop Ruben off? Or is
Yeah,
anyone
as we approach-
is
yeah,
anyone else
we
getting
start-
out?
We still have to go to the hotel.
And we said we would take a look at the car, too, just in case there was something there.
Yeah.
Well, you do have two other problems. Your
Is
chin
it-
and most of the front of your shirt is coated in blood, Kevin.
Oh, wow.
And Sonata's arm is covered in blood and gore that she couldn't get off of the sheets.
Alright, let's get cleaned up real quick. And then... Oh. And then we'll finish what we need to do.
What's closest, your house?
The office I have supplies at the office to clean stuff up.
That works.
How about we just go to one of the back rooms in the bodega? I have an industrial sink. You can clean up in there.
That works.
Yeah.
And maybe one or two children have already been flushed down it, so...
I haven't eaten any of my cousins yet.
I never said you ate them!
Flushing cousins down the drain.
So you guys go into the bodega.
Doesn't go down the hole.
Can I talk to Ruben just before we leave? Like,
leave
she
the-
just wants before he walks away, she just wants to like grab him and kind of try to talk to him.
Well, you're basically still kind of right by the club, because instead of
Yeah.
going to the club, Alejandro could stop at the bodega instead, since most of you are going to
Yeah,
go in
it's
there.
really-
And Ruben
Yeah.
can walk back to the club from there if you want to go back to the club. Because it's like we said, it was right across the street.
Yeah.
But when she gets a chance, she just wants to like try to pull him aside for a minute.
Are you going to try and grab him as he starts walking off then?
Yeah, just kind of like tap his shoulder and just be like, can I have 2 seconds?
Ruben, up to this point, has never been uncomfortable around Sonata. They're working partners. They've been friends. But as she taps his shoulder, he visibly jumps. And he turns, and then kind of composes himself and then turns around. Yeah, what's up?
I get that was real terrible. The first time it happened to me, it was awful. I'm sorry that you had to be part of it, and that you had to see it. I'd like to keep that away from you as much as I can. And I care about you as a person, so know that I say this with absolute love. Please don't order me around ever again.
Ruben sighs, wipes his hand with the face, or wipes his face with his hand.
Wipes his hand with the face.
With the face.
So it's like,
wipes his face with his hand. And he says, okay. Just kind of exasperated. You should go get cleaned up.
I worry about you. I do know how much this is not pleasant.
Yeah. Well, it's not every day you get to see your friends tear holes into people's sternums, so I think I'm gonna go back to the club, take a shower, maybe do some drawing, and I need to talk to Seth. It's whatever happened in there, it happened. You guys got your stuff, I got mine. I just need some time.
Okay. I just wanted to check and make sure you're okay. And apologize that you had to be party to it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Seriously, you should get cleaned up, though. You look terrible.
Oh yeah, no, this is gross. Before I met her, I didn't do blood. I skinned my knee once, and I threw up for 3 days. I'm gonna just go like. And start
Are you not female?
Yeah, but she like.
She's talking about injuries.
Injuries, bleeding externally. There are some things that you just accept are part of your life and they're gross, but you can deal with them. And then there's like skinning your knee and just. Ugh.
As Sonata turns away to go back to the bodega, Ruben speaks up and goes, Sonata! We're cool. And then he's gonna turn back around, shove his hands in his pockets, and walk back to the club.
In Ruben's head, he hears, "That was well done."
I've had a long day.
He says, No. We can't afford to alienate her.
I
It was
know.
well done.
Thanks, buddy.
So you head into the club?
I'm gonna head up to my room, yeah.
Right. So, what about the rest of you? Everyone's
I'm
going
watching out.
Yeah. So, who's working the bodega tonight, Alejandra? It's your night off. It's still open.
Yeah, of course, it's always open.
And you're bringing in people covered in gore.
We didn't think about that, did we?
I could say that they're actors. That it's
Actually,
fake blood. I don't
So-
fucking know, dude.
It's your aunt.
Yeah.
And as you come in, she says, "What are you doing here on your night off?"
You know nights off don't really exist.
And as you come in the door, she's like, "Well, I mean, I figured you would be watching the kids somewhere, someone." She kind of looks over your shoulder and she's like, "Who are your friends?" And as Amy walks in first,
God.
and then as Sonata and Chris walk in, she says, "Who are your friends? Oh my God, what happened to you all?"
Oh, you know the pop star Sonata?
She's like,
Sonata,
"Sonata, really?"
Yeah.
Music video shoot gone wrong. You know how hard it is to keep fake blood under control.
Zombies.
How do you know
You know.
Alejandra, you were holding on us. You know Sonata. How the hell do you know Sonata?
We
Oh,
were-
you're Councilman Adams, of course.
She's like, oh yeah, I seen you on TV with your husband.
I'm a widow.
Holy crap!
Fifi, we're just gonna go to the back really quick, try and wash all the corn syrup and die off.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a
You
filthy room to take Sonata into, though.
Do you have Dawn? Like Dawn?
Yeah,
stuff?
no.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of detergent
We got
back there, but it's
everything.
really gross, Alejandra.
That's alright. I actually appreciate it. She's helping me out so much, so I can
Oh,
handle
yeah.
whatever you throw at me.
It's all for
thank you so
campaigns. You know.
She says, oh, "Okay, I guess. I mean, no, I mean, yeah, please." She kind of like she's like this absolutely mortified that you're taking her back into the fucking the mop sink and
every rule of hospitality. Like you're not even supposed to have dishes in the sink when guests come over. You're taking a pop star into our dirty back room. Like this is atrocious.
Sonata's now got like 3 songs and she's like, crap, I need to make a music video where my hands are just covered in blood. I can do that. I can do that. This
and you have to have at least one extra whose face is also covered in blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonata can go through. Wait, Sonata can go through her goth face.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm figuring she's like. So what I'm thinking is she's got like a breakup song, and the song is called "Eat My Heart."
Oh my god.
No, Sonata. My husband's gone. I don't know if he's dead or not. Can you do a goodbye song?
Oh yeah.
With the blood and everything? Because I don't know what the story the people are going to make up to explain his body in that room.
We usually leave that to Seth.
It's probably gonna be. Don't worry, we got this. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll work out. I got
And then I
plans.
can put my life back together.
Yeah. I'm just washing like crazy, trying to get blood
Yeah.
not on me.
Kevin's doing the same, trying to get the blood off the chin. And now, one last question: your clothes are soaked in blood.
Yeah.
Sonata, are you gonna go get a couple of the shitty shirts off of the cheap clothes rack that's in the back of the bodega?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what, Sonata?
Like,
Kevin's
I
certainly
could wear
right.
buy-
my clothes, but they're gonna be like 3
shit,
times
no.
too big.
No. Do you sell stuff in your bodega?
Yeah.
It's a bodega.
It's a bit.
Well, I'll say that, with the song and the goodbye and everything,
it's
like
not-
R.I.P. I'll buy whatever's on clearance.
It's not the buy. I appreciate that. I can afford it.
Well,
It's
that's you. I need new shoes too. Those aren't cheap.
but I have to wear that.
It's literally a shirt
store.
that has a. It's literally a shirt that has. This is fucking horrible. It has a bean sitting in a lawn chair with a sombrero on,
Oh my god.
and the other shirt has a little kitten. That the shirt that's big enough for Kevin to wear has a little kitten hanging on a branch, and it says "Hang in there."
Hang in there.
And that shirt is pink.
Kevin, can I have the pink shirt, please? You're
You
a guy.
would not-
You're allowed to go.
You would not be able to fit in that other shirt, Kevin.
That's okay. I can tie it. I've got plans. There's plans. I can do a little t-shirt dress. This could be a fashion statement. I can attach it with some like rope, make it look real hokey. It's fine.
And it's size 12.
Fine.
You're a man.
Fine.
There's also cat.
I'm gonna take my jacket off, and I'm gonna take the shirt off, and then I'm just gonna throw the jacket back on.
Okay.
Hello, do you have a pair of scissors?
What? I mean,
I have it in my purse.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Whatever. Just give me a pair of scissors. And like, this is like panic mode, like panic fashion. This is like she is cutting, she is tying.
This
There
is
are
Project
like
Runway.
like this is like a RuPaul's Drag Race mini challenge. She is tying and
For
like
the record, though,
stapling.
Panic Fashion sounds like a Panic at the Disco cover band.
it does.
It
Like,
probably is.
there is a like nice wide shoulder thing it's panic fashion. This will get me to the club and I can grab one of my dresses.
Okay.
Thank you, Ella. You are wonderful and I appreciate this in your family.
Of course, yeah. I apologize in advance for how many of my cousins are going to be following me around waiting for you to show up again and will absolutely stream. Just, I'm sorry. I know it's gonna be bad. I'm so sorry.
Honey, you know that's like my Saturday, right?
I know, but
So-
it's worse when it's my cousins doing it.
It's fair.
You guys finish cleaning up as best you can. Kevin, I'm assuming you are you're hanging on to the shirt, yes?
Yeah, I've got it like bunched
Yeah.
up in my hand.
Yeah. So as you're leaving, your aunt comes out from around the counter, and she comes run over to you, Sonata, and she says, "I am so sorry. My kids would not forgive me. Can I get a selfie?"
I would be more than happy to do that for you, of course.
So she holds up the camera, and the phone is like, wraps her arm around you, and she clicks a picture of you in that shirt.
Oh my god.
Panic fashion happened. It doesn't look great, but it looks better than a baggy t-shirt
With a kitty on it.
with a kitty on it. And the kitty's cute. She kind of like,
Try to leave that predominantly there.
yeah. And it's like it's like a dress. It's turned into like a little dress. Kind of tying and stapling happens. There's like a little belt made of paper clips because that's really all she's got around. And it's kind of off the shoulder now, so it's got that like one shoulder look, kind of. It's better than nothing.
So you guys leave the bodega. What are you doing now?
We're headed. Sonata was going to go to the club at some point to get a fresh dress.
I'm getting my dress.
That's right across the street. So
Yeah,
okay, so then in that case, since you're going to be heading to the club because you have to go to get Sonata more clothes,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and cut because Ruben already went to the club.
Yep.
So Ruben, you go to the club. It's not super full, but it's getting there. In fact, it's still so early in the evening that the first act hasn't even gone on yet. So you're kind of looking around. What are you doing while you're in the club?
I kind of get the brim of my jacket up and tuck my beanie more down so that way I'm just kind of even more unnoticeable, and I just kind of push my way through the crowd, and I try to make my way up to my room.
Mm-hmm. It's not you definitely can make it up to the back. You had to go through the bar stock area and the office area, and then there's a stairs at the back of that goes upstairs to the apartments. And there's also a secondary door that you could have come through. I didn't even think about it. That goes out and provides people who rent apartments with a way of coming into the club. Like if they're early in the morning when the club's not open, you can come through that door as well. So basically, you kind of open a door, you get access to the staircase and the door that goes outside, and then you go upstairs to the apartments.
Right on.
All right. So yeah, you make your way up to so you're in your apartment.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to shut the door softly behind myself, take my jacket off, my beanie, let kind of my brown hair with the blonde streak come down. I sit down at the edge of my bed, and I look down at my hands, which are still kind of trembling, and I look over across to my desk table where I keep my medication.
Mm-hmm.
And I take the meds, and I look over it in the palm of my hand, and I think about it. And then, kind of reaching out to Apollo, I say, I'm going to need more of your help than I thought. And I'm going to take the pill bottle and just kind of get it out of sight. Just get it away from myself. Hold my head in my hands, and Ruben just starts silently just weeping. Just full on, all the stress of the day has finally all compounded on himself now that he's alone. And he's just alone in his apartment.
As you're sitting there and you're crying, you feel a gentle warmth in the center of your chest. And it grows, and it's never uncomfortable. But it grows, and it kind of covers you. And it leaves from the center of your body and kind of wraps around you. And you realize and recognize that, you recognize the feeling and you realize what it is, and you feel like someone is holding you while you cry.
Hmm.
The arms, you can feel the pressure of someone's arms wrapped around you. You can feel someone's weight leaning against you. It is comforting.
He finishes crying, just kind of wipes his eyes after he's calmed down. Kind of sits up a bit, and he looks across at his sketchbook, kind of looks at a couple pages, and he says, "This just makes it more important. If I can get her to stop eating at least, then maybe it's not too late for them."
It is your right to care for her. But you do need to remember that no matter how
Bless you.
she is
Ow.
with you and with the others, this is a choice for her. She feels
I gotta take
that
Benadryl.
she feels empowered by this. You need to remind her that she is on her own a creature of power. She makes millions love her just with her voice. She has failed to recognize that. She's let this thing give her this false sense of power.
Perhaps because it's her choice, it makes it all harder. I just
show her, remind her that before this thing ever woke, she was already powerful. It just showed her how powerful she was.
I will. And thanks for being there.
It says, we are one. It says, and someday, soon, I hope that you will know the rapture of what it is to be us as a whole. I would love to show you the joy of true divinity.
That's an awesome candy.
You will never know loneliness again.
Ruben's hands have stopped trembling. He finally seems to have composed himself. And looking about the room of all these scattered drawings, most of them from Apollo himself, just giving him ideas, visions. And before, he felt like he couldn't do it, that it was impossible. And now he feels certain that this is the road to take, to get Sonata back on track, and ultimately get to divinity, to what Apollo has promised him. And he, with this kind of resolve settled in him, he takes a deep breath. He stands. Well, then, if it's us all the way. His hand clenches into a fist, and he opens the door out of his apartment, heads back down to the club to meet with the others.
All right. In the meantime, the rest of you have stormed the club. What are you guys doing as you get into the club? Like I said, it's you're coming into the club about 15-ish, 20ish minutes after Ruben has gone in, and I'm assuming, Ruben, that you did spend some time just mourning.
Yes.
So there was the storytelling happened quickly, but the scene developed over time. So, but you guys come walking in to the club. What are you guys doing first?
Well, Sonata has to get her dress.
Beeline, back room.
Beeline, backstage, back room.
I am keeping to the shadows. No one is seeing me in a pink shirt with a kitten on it. No matter how much panic fashion happened. That's a whole lot of nope.
Now, will you have to actually wear your cocktail dresses, or do you keep other changes of clothes here as well?
I probably keep an extra change of clothes, but let's be real here. Like, she's either got glam indie style, cute fancy dresses, or cocktail dress. Like, she's got 3 looks, and that's it.
She got 3 looks. That's it.
And all of them are bougie as fork.
And a hook.
So,
All of them are bougie and what?
Bougie as fork.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so she comes out in like designer, like probably a designer dress that's not that much more casual than her cocktail dress.
Gotcha. But just casual enough to where she can say it's casual.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, she puts like a designer jacket on it.
Oh my god!
And she can pretend that
it
it's
has pockets.
Yeah, look at that pocket. Yeah, no, like it's this like I mean it's probably just designer kind of fashion Vogue forward thing with like a like a designer jean jacket on it, and that's casual.
Yeah, Kevin's just gonna find somebody that's roughly his build, maybe a little bit bigger, that has like a button-up draped over a t-shirt, preferably black button-up, and just like tap him on the shoulder.
Oh my god.
Hey, so remember, you are still to the point where, walking?
Yeah, walking, not great. Yeah.
So you come walking up to the guy, and the guy, tapping on the shoulder, and the guy's talking to somebody else, and he kind of spins around and looks at you, and he's like, hey, buddy, holy cow, man, are you okay?
Too much to drink. I want the button up, and I'll give you $100 for it right now.
Oh, are you?
I got a solid bill, man. I swear it's real. I just need the shirt.
He kind of looks you over, and he's like, "You've had a bad night, man."
Yeah.
He starts peeling the shirt off, and he says, he holds it out to you.
I'm gonna take it. Is he another Rift?
No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take the shirt and just be like, thanks, man. What do I owe you for the shirt?
He's like, I come in here a lot. I'm assuming you come around here. Buy me a drink sometime. And tell me the story. If you remember, as much as you'll remember.
That sounds like a great idea. Thank you. I'm in here often too. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get the shirt on and try and drunkenly button it up. And,
Oh
It's
no!
it's always, no matter how many times you do it, it's misaligned.
So if he comes out the minute that I see him with the misaligned buttons, I'm just going up and fixing it.
Oh yeah, Kevin's going by the 3-strike rule of alcoholism. What? No.
Oh
No,
my
man.
god.
That's as
We're
good
done.
as it's gonna get.
Off of him open like he's some sort of Abercrombie and Finch model, and she's just like, "Come here."
Oh, wait. You do get the top button aligned, but for some reason the bottom button's aligned, and when he comes out, Sonata, he missed one button, and the shirt's all kind of bent up around it.
Oh my god.
So it's just kind of poking out.
I love these people. I love these people. I love these people. Come here.
Alejandro, what are you doing?
I'm getting a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Not too strong, because I know we have other stuff to do. But
And we don't want to end up like Kevin.
no, I'm not ending up like Kevin.
Kevin still has to go face his dad like this.
I'm sure this isn't the first time though.
No.
Ruben's gonna try to go find Amy.
Okay. And Amy, what is Amy doing?
Crown and Coke.
Okay. So are you joining Sonata for Alejandro for a drink?
Oh no.
Uh-oh, she froze
Oh
again.
no.
She Frode!
She frozen. She frozen. My poor wife. My poor wife. She
Not
frozen.
me, no.
Oh no. Give it a moment, baby. You are kind of frozen, unfrozen, frozen, unfrozen. Did you?
I'm gonna legit write that song though.
Did you
like,
open up anything?
Please.
Oh no.
Okay.
He asked the questions here.
You're answering the question. We can see you. Okay, so what is Amy doing? Is she getting a drink with Alejandra? Okay, your mic is muted.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that is,
Cool.
no, it's not
I
muted.
heard that.
It's not muted. It was just a minor delay. It's caught up now.
Okay, and
Yay.
as we're kind of like sitting there, like waiting for our drinks and
¿Qué pasa?
Hello?
hello.
Man, that fucking connection is horrible.
What?
I'm gonna have to hardwire her
¿Qué pasa?
again.
So
I
as we're
told
like
you.
getting our drinks and stuff, I turn to her and I'm like, so who's Thithi Abbey or what was that? I mean, I know the house is kind of gone, but like what?
Good.
kinda gone.
The house is kind of gone, and most of the people
We-
are dead. But
Blown it up.
But like still, what was?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
we can. She was talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if I'm cutting out or anything.
Not right
You're
now.
good right now.
Okay, rock on. Witness relocation. I'm Abby. Absidy. My name is Absidy. But I'm Amy. Like, Rob wasn't Rob.
Ooh. I don't have enough clearance to hear this. I just run a bodega. Okay.
There's a reason what happened.
Tell us about it, as much as you can. I
And
don't wanna
basically,
push it.
Jack Ruben comes walking up
Yeah.
right at this moment.
Hi. Sorry. I'm here now.
Okay.
Hey guys. Yeah. Tell us about Abby. What was that? And he's going to reach into the bar and find himself some juice. If we're at the bar, I don't know where we're at.
Yes.
We're at the
Okay,
bar.
cool. Okay, he's gonna find
Yes.
himself some juice.
Ruben materializes and is like, yeah, well, I have the clearance. What the fuck went on?
I'm a god. Who's gonna stop me?
Other gods.
True.
God squad.
That's
So as you're sitting there and you guys are
Yeah,
talking to each other.
no.
Actually,
we.
Seth comes walking up,
Oh, sorry.
and as he comes walking up, you see that his eyes, instead of being Seth's normal eyes, are black, solid black, from edge to edge. And as he walks up, and then right as he kind of like comes up to the table and puts, leans his hand on the table, they roll back into being just regular Seth's eyes, and he says, "Why
Sir?
do you reek of death?
I'm sorry?
Why do you all
I
reek
didn't touch
of
anyone.
death?
I didn't touch anyone. I
I
didn't
You
don't
have
believe
been
I
in the
killed
presence.
anybody.
You have been in the presence of
Today.
death.
He had some
We're in the
other
presence
issues.
of death every day.
Where are the
This
other
planet
two?
is dying. We
Where
are
are the
I
other
dying.
two?
They're in the club. They're just
I-
being cleaned up.
Assume at some point in this general vicinity, I'd be coming out with Kevin pretty much behind me, looking guilty.
Actually,
as-
you probably have to put Kevin in front of you and keep on re-steering him.
That's true. Kind of
Oh yeah, by the way, your boy over there, he's fucked up. We broke him.
Seth looks up as you two are coming over, and he basically sees you both coming over as you're walking over, and he goes,
I said to
Oh no.
kill. I
Oh,
sent you
we're in
to
deep
eat
shit,
them,
Sonata.
not drink them. You weren't supposed to get trashed.
Hi, Seth.
No drinking on the job.
I said as little impact as possible. I said
Yeah.
as little noise as possible.
Yep.
Oh.
Hell is telling me that at least 3 people have died in your presence.
Yeah.
Damn
And Hell
Skippy.
is telling me that you, and he points at you, Sonata, and you, he puts at you, Kevin, were directly involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate.
We had to make some choices, and they weren't great ones. I'm not gonna lie. I had a small issue with trying to cover some tracks, and needed to make sure that no one innocent got hurt.
So
So
no one innocent got hurt.
no one innocent
No.
got hurt.
Yep,
No.
that's right.
Not a single fucking
Sketch
innocent
has a-
motherfucker
I
in that
didn't
house.
see shit until after the fact, so.
A child
everybody-
trafficker died,
There's
but
Has
other
everybody-
than that,
Yeah.
no one innocent got hurt.
As everybody's
There's the-
playing innocent and playing, like ignorant
I
to the whole
am
thing.
innocent. Excuse
You
me.
are innocent, yeah. Ruben is staring at his glass, and he refuses to meet Seth's gaze. He's just
There's a tattoo artist who may never draw again.
Oh.
No, you didn't kill him.
No, I didn't. I'm just. Oh no, you don't lie to Seth.
Yeah, no, it's a bad idea to lie to Seth.
No, you dislocated his shoulder. You did not kill him.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. And there's some torn ligaments in there. I heard them tear.
I'm going to be buying him a new computer, so that he can have a good security system. It's
but we
going to
have
be
surveillance
a
footage.
silent, benevolent present from a complete unknown bystander. But we had to take his computer because there was footage of about the
was
state
footage.
of despair.
And possible deniability because I'm gonna be the new councilman for
Yeah.
that section. I don't want to do it.
Anyway, it kind of went south, and Fangs and Feathers over there.
Fangs and feathers.
Our new death metal band.
Fangs and Feathers, I like it.
Yes.
So
Fangs and
good.
Feathers over here got a little hungry, and Fangs took
I
over the
said-
front seat a little bit.
Yeah. We sent Fangs and Feathers to Much a Bunch.
Okay.
Some really bad people.
Wait, no,
And
no,
you
no,
know
no,
what?
No.
We saved one.
Let's just.
We saved one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One.
I'm going to say that we're going to chalk this up to overzealous application of abilities.
My husband died a week ago,
What do you mean your husband died a week ago?
or was taken. The OD thing. Wasn't he in the room?
No.
Oh, thank God.
he was
Oh,
captured.
No, he was in the
He's
car.
captured.
Yeah, he's
he was
captured.
Seth, we're dealing with another awakened,
Yep.
and we believe that that's the one who took her husband. We don't know the
And-
circumstances which happened, but we're dealing with somebody who's got some juice.
And awakened her.
Awakened her?
Yeah, or at least was part of it. They apparently are connected to each other.
Oh, crap.
Hmm.
All
We
right.
got some feuds.
Yeah.
All right.
we
all
gotta
right.
we gotta check out a car, and we still gotta check out the hotel room.
Kevin, you need to check out a bed.
And possibly some bread.
Burnt
Yeah.
toast.
Carbs ain't gonna help me.
He says, all right, look.
Look.
What are you guys going back out tonight? Because, and he points at Kevin, he doesn't look like he can walk out of here.
Nah, he needs a Denny's breakfast to sober him up.
Yeah, Seth, I'll be fine. It's not the first time I've been like this. Fangs decided that this really drunk chick needed to go
Home. Safe and sound.
for the holidays. Forever.
All right, look, give me 20 minutes, and I'll take care of Kevin's problem. I
Oh,
just need to make a call.
All right.
you. Okay.
This is in the meantime.
This is gonna come with a hangover, isn't it?
Do not kill any patrons.
Okay.
no,
Never.
no.
You have my word.
Do you want me to pay off some debt on stage?
It's like, no, I don't want you guys. If anything comes back to this, I don't want you guys to try and use the club as an alibi.
That's fair.
True.
I wasn't gonna do the alibi. I was just
We
gonna.
have another alibi in the form of a
I don't want to
selfie
know.
that-
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Plausible deniability.
Let's just keep this on a high level, okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the office
Mm-hmm.
and find this person.
Mm-hmm.
This is already costing me way more than I wanted to spend.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Seth,
Yes, Ruben.
I'm sorry. I know you counted on me to get everybody on course and get this done, and I fucked up. And
Ruben, I'm gonna say this in the kindest way possible. I know that you feel it, but in all honesty, the sun does not rise and fall on you. It is not all on your shoulders. And he kind of glares at everyone else at the table. He's like, everyone here is responsible for their own actions on both
drove the
ends
car.
of that spectrum.
I just drove the car.
I just drove a
Cleaned
car.
up. I got them cleaned up. I drove the car.
Ale was well behaved.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
set her
didn't.
free.
It was great.
I haven't injured a single person.
We set her free. My conscience is clear.
He says, if that's
We
all it
set
takes
her
to clear
free.
your conscience, you haven't really delved into it yet.
You shut the hell up.
Oh, you can't talk to Seth like that.
No.
He says,
Oh my
You
god.
don't know my
is-
story.
No.
he says, and it's not my job to. It's just my job to clean up this mess. He says, all right,
So by all means, clean up the mess.
That's what we're doing. That's what we got it. We got it, boss. We're so sorry.
Yeah,
we got
we're
this,
great.
boss.
he just shakes his head and he goes walking off back towards the office.
Oh, dude, don't talk to Seth like that.
Can't talk to Seth.
All right.
Are we Seth's angels?
Is that angels?
He's Charlie. Just leave him alone.
All right, so this looks like a really good place to wrap for the night. It
Oh, man.
is. That was an interesting time. Thank you, everyone,
Hey, bitch.
for being absolutely murderous. It's going to be interesting to see how you guys deal with this.
Oh,
You're the best of a bad situation.
Well, the biggest things that I want to draw attention to are that I know that Kevin and Sonata have had to grow used to these concepts because they have these things in them that draw them to this. But Alejandra, you haven't allowed your other half to take the reins.
No.
You haven't been overwhelmed yet.
No.
What you've seen happen with the others, it hasn't seemed you and Ruben were the two who have not seemed to have been subsumed yet.
No.
We're the naughty kids, Chris.
Well, no. What I was gonna say is, well, Amy is too. What I was gonna say is, this
Yeah, I am.
is something that should both be terrifying on the fact that you just saw dead people who you know were made dead. You just basically witnessed murders. And those were gruesome fucking murders. You walked into a hallway with a woman with her throat torn out and her chest ripped open.
Have you never seen a horror movie?
That it does not do justice.
different, yeah.
I have
No,
seen real horrific death.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look anything like a horror movie.
No.
And it's totally fucking insanely scary.
Yep.
Well, this
Because-
isn't Alice's first encounter with this kind of like this level of brutality. And like, yeah, obviously it's not like, oh, what did you like?
Wait a minute. This level of brutality?
Yes. She found her dad killed by the mob full of bullet holes and shit when she was like a tween.
Yeah, you should read Absidy's poetry about going to sleep to the tune of the gunshots outside her window.
But yeah, so
I've seen horror.
Granted, that is a better situation than to have never encountered this level of violence before.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not saying that she's like used to it by any means, but this isn't a, like like she's never seen this before. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's
I mean,
and like she knows she's responsible for some people being dead too. She just wasn't there for it.
Well, my other thing about it was, you know, gunshots are horrible. Getting someone shot to death is horrible. This is like chest torn wide open.
Sternum's busted open.
Well, actually, sternum was crushed.
No.
So there
Can
is
you
just
bust the
a
sternum
fucking...
open?
Huh?
That's some creepy shit to see.
The big old hole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
big old hole.
giant gaping hole. And the fact that there's very little blood on that wound because most of it was drained.
That's spooky.
That's on the other side.
Ruben's gonna have nightmares tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much a given. So
Yeah, Ruben's gonna have nightmares, and fucking Atavia's gonna be like, okay, listen, hear me out. Some of those kids look tasty. And she's like, no, no, we're not doing that.
Well, that's kind of why I
Not
gave you
doing this today.
That's kind of why I gave you the flash, because there's a part of you that has seen that. There's a part of you deep down that has.
We are
been
not
part of
doing
that.
this today.
Yes.
We are not doing this today.
Seeing that stirs
Oh my
something.
goodness.
Yeah, she's getting
all into this.
Yeah.
We are not doing this today. We are not doing this today.
No, she's not saying to you.
All right.
I have a feeling that Sonata and I are just gonna be sitting in the corner. We are not doing this today. We are not doing this today.
And if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. But with that, I think we are going to wrap things the heck up for the evening.
I need a safe word.
A safe word?
Yeah.
You know, if you
You know,
guys...
for them to tell us people that don't eat other people, they need to get their munch punch.
No. You know,
Taco Cat.
and if we... And so, because if we ever get too much into this stuff, you know, you guys shoot me a message on the messenger. You know, the X card rules always apply. If things get too uncomfortable, things get too weird, then yeah, just throw me a message and the scene will stop. You know, and we will take a few moments, we'll take a break, and we'll discuss what we want to do from that point on, and then we will just go on with business.
So is that like a Wakanda Forever thing?
Well, the X card is something you use in your games where you just write a big black X on a 3x5 note card. And if things get out of hand, if you don't feel comfortable, if things are getting, you know, way beyond.
Is that where my 3x5s from the recipe box went?
No, it's not.
Okay, just making sure.
But you just hold up the X card and the scene stops, and you guys, we work it out.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, though, let's go ahead and say, Alejandro, did you want to discuss something?
We can discuss.
So Milagros, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. You have joined in with another game where I get to torture you.
Yes,
And,
thanks.
It
Love
is wonderful and lovely, and
Love
I
that
love
for me.
having you around. If you guys want to follow Milagros or catch up on any of her works or what she does, her link tree is in chat. She has her own Twitch. She is very active on TikTok with some amazing subject matter that all of you should go check out as soon as
please
possible.
don't.
Oh my
Please
god,
don't.
it's the best. I comment so much on her posts. It's just wonderful.
And then he tells me about it. Like he goes through that door behind him and like.
I still haven't started making video responses yet, but there's the itch is there, and I am
we
so
talk
angry.
about you all the time, Mila.
So and thank you very much, Chris, for being here and for bringing Kevin along to,
My pleasure.
be our murder himbo. And if you guys want to catch UST, you guys can check them out. Their link tree is up. They have a Twitch. Their live show. They're not live show. Their show is broadcast on Tuesday nights.
Correct.
And they have Wednesday nights. They do metagaming.
Video games, yep.
Metagaming. Where you can watch Michaela try and figure out how to use a sniper rifle.
I'm terrible at them.
Which is also amazing. And if speaking of Michaela, if you want to check out what Michaela's doing, you can follow her on Twitter, and she will be there for you whenever you need someone to have their hearts ripped out.
Heck yeah!
Just DM her and she'll take care of it.
I may sing at you too, because
she does that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Jack, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, I really, really am enjoying Ruben.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
We have our tortured soul, I think.
Everyone's
gonna be a tortured soul eventually, trust me. But
I will not.
Ruben is the first to take the brave step down the path.
We get to be friends and enemies at the same time, bro.
It's gonna be great.
I do like that whole dual aspect of all the characters.
Yeah.
Because I see Sonata and Ruben being connected by music and performance, and then just having their altered selves be kind of on edge with each other, or
visceral hatred.
Or out and out hate each other.
Visceral hatred.
The most.
There is some anger issues. There might be some rage situations.
Raid Me doesn't have anger issues. What?
Yeah, well, no, we're not. We don't talk about that. But anyway, and if you want to follow us at Dinner and a Game, of course you can follow us here. We would love to have you join our little family. But you can also follow us on our Facebook page. You can follow us on our Twitter, and we have a TikTok. So we have all those things. Plus, if you want to support us, you can subscribe here. We would really appreciate it. And always remember, if you have Prime, you have one free sub to give a month. Now, you have to manually renew your sub, but you basically have a free sub to give to one creator. And I don't know what my wife just did, but she broke something. And so the next, just make sure that you follow small creators like us, because giving us support means that you're just telling us that you enjoy what we do and that what we do means something to you, and that's all we really want. We want to be able to put stuff out there that people enjoy. So in the meantime, and speaking of small creators, let's go find someone to go bug, shall we? Zombie Decoy. I don't know who that is. So, of my usual suspects, I think we'll go raid Cave Geek Art. This is a gentleman. He plays RPGs and stuff like that, but he also does a lot of crafting. Let me see if he's doing art tonight. He's doing. I think he's doing sketches, or he might be doing leather burning. He is an amazing artist. He does artwork for different games, for different stuff for games and stuff like that. He does custom hand burnt leather maps, a whole piece of vellum. You send him a map, and he hand burns it onto the vellum. So it is, and he is an amazing artist. So we're gonna go check him out. Give him a follow if you can. Let him know that you came from Dinner and a Game, and just say hi. Every single person who comes in and watches our streams makes us feel great, and we hope that we can give a little bit of brightness to your day. In the meantime, always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table, and now we're going to turn that table over to Cave Geek Art. So
yeah.
So thank everyone, and be safe, be careful. And make sure to come back and join us next time, where I will continue to torture these brave souls.
Night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Guys.
Thanks for joining us.
And we are clear.
That was a blast.
No.